Hello and welcome to Final Show Films. I'm the executive producer here, John Bates, and I've got a few pre-show notes for you. First of all, I'd like to thank our $25 tier supporters, Antitonic, Waterflame, Samantha Bates, and Maureen Montee, without whom we wouldn't be able to do much, especially not all the content that we put forward now. I also want to thank all the people that have joined on with us since the, I would say, successful experiment that was Midsummer Night's Dream. If you're interested in that, go check out our YouTube channel, where youtube.com/Sensaku, where we performed the world's first, as far as we're aware, live stream production of a community theater performance of A Midsummer Night's Dream. That sounds like a lot of qualifiers. It's more just because that's the way I talk. Please go enjoy them, give us feedback, let us know if you'd like to see more of that in the future. If you'd like to support us financially, you can do so on our Patreon page at patreon.com/FSFilms. You can also follow us on Twitter at Final Show Films, or follow me personally at John A. Bates for all future updates and live notifications for our live stream. In the meantime, sit back, relax, enjoy.
Hello, everybody.
Did you unmute us?
Yes, I did unmute us.
Okay, good.
I know what I'm doing.
No, you
Except for 2 weeks ago.
You know what you're doing. You didn't know, but you know now.
So, welcome back.
It was a learning
We've had a
experience.
brief hiatus that was not quite as planned as it could have been.
Oh, right, because of the stuff.
I'm going to sum up the entirety of what happened while we were off stream.
Are you going to tell them why we're off stream, Austin?
Yeah, do that first.
I was going to neglect to mention the fact that I hit the record button instead of the stream button, but now that you mentioned, the second week my internet was just out.
Yeah.
They were fixing the poll while we were playing.
Yes.
No, they were fixing the poll when we got
When we got done.
They just got to fixing it by the time we finished.
Rocks fell and a party died somewhere.
Regardless,
That is not a lie.
what has happened since then? We've done a couple things. Number one, we plane shifted out and went to somewhere else to find a relic. We went to Greg to find a relic. We learned that Rock Lobster is shockingly good boss music.
Especially when you're fighting a rock lobster.
Especially when you are fighting a Rock Lobster. And we went on the officially licensed by Wizards of the Coast module, The Head of Vecna, released on April 1st. For many years ago. If you haven't guessed, that means that it was a joke. It was fantastic, but we didn't really accomplish much in the way of party dynamics. We just found the Head of Vecna and we're going to trade it with a crazy little gnome.
Well, I mean, somebody did use a dagger that caused my tongue to leap out of my mouth.
Yeah, that was glorious.
So if we ever go back to that world,
and that caused my shadow to turn up as a simulacrum.
Okay, I did not have
You also
control
lost your
over
staff.
my
and turned your
actions.
staff into sawdust.
And turned my staff into sawdust.
I did not have control over my actions. It was not my fault
Look,
this
the
time.
vampire picked the person with the lowest wisdom save. Guess who that might be?
It's true. You didn't have control over your actions at that point. Way back when you picked the shard up for the first time, however.
I decided it was a good idea to
It
keep
was a
stabbing
wonderful
things
day.
with it.
So,
You got the long-term blame.
let's introduce ourselves. On my straight in front of me,
Hi, I'm Taylor, and I am playing Eric, the glorious Scald.
Which frame is he in?
he is living over there.
Okay.
On the bottom.
Okay.
So you're underneath John.
Ha! Suck it!
Can we do a Partridge Family moment here?
Not many people respond like that. In the blinding blazer.
Hi, I'm Zach, and I'm playing a doctor. Because we're going back. Yeah. Okay.
We're going to go back. Yes.
And I'm playing.
You can cast like prismatic spray.
Well, no, it's just enemies have disadvantage to attack you as long as you're wearing it.
There is a coat of many colors item in D&D.
Yes.
And I'm wearing it.
Do they just cast prismatic spray?
Well, no, that's
Yes.
not many colors. That's just two contrasting colors.
You know, whatever.
As we were saying,
But yes,
you are
I'm Zach, and I'm playing Dr. David Tarasu. He's still a doctor.
Yes.
He does doctor stuff.
in the purple shirt.
That would be me. I'm going to try to play Duncan. What did you do now?
You're a security
I'm a
specialist,
security specialist
with an
when we get
exploding
back.
knife, because
When we
why
get
not?
back there, yes.
In the blue shirt,
Right.
Right, you were wearing blue. You
You need
forgot
to
for a second.
specify because
I
I'm
did.
also wearing blue shirt.
I'm Holly. I'm playing Taro. She's as crazy as ever, and she is a dance instructor.
and in the black coat. All three of you at once.
I was like, hang on a second.
I'm John, and I'm the executive producer. Austin, pick a better descriptor.
It got the
Go on
point
the
across.
glasses.
Somebody spotted
The glasses.
He said in the glasses. Wearing a necklace.
And one of the
Hey,
bearded.
Hey, I'm Rudy. I'm playing Skylar Torres, the detective of the group.
In the dark jacket with the beard and the glasses.
And with the longest hair.
Okay. Hi, I'm William, and I am playing Akuma, the Akashic Mob Boss.
And with that intro out of the way,
And the executive producer is playing Galadir Allen.
we pick up. You have retrieved the head of Vecna.
Probably we need to like trade seats one day.
Just to throw him off.
3 in a row.
Well, that would be. I would need to switch places with John so we can be in order of ascending hair length.
And walking into.
Or height.
Right. As you stand in the room, a small black gnome walks in.
I would say something, but my tongue is currently on the floor.
That's right. He can't say anything.
Hey, you're the Catholic generation. I think we did at the end of the
Do I
last
have-
episode.
No, you didn't. Nothing.
You don't have
Yes.
to. You also
Yeah,
notice
you
that this room
You're going to cast regeneration.
You really should.
has shifted slightly, and there is a large collection of magical items in this room.
Let's take all of them.
What room are we in right now?
You were in the chamber of the head of Vecna, but he walked in the room, and you're not quite in the chamber of the head of Vecna
Now we're in
anymore.
his shop again.
You're in his shop.
I walk
Okay.
over to the
So we're back
the
to-
vampire that we killed. Oh, he's actually just the head's there.
Yes.
I grab the head by the hair and I throw it at Aguanke.
He catches it. This will be most amusing to have around.
It's just a head, isn't it?
It's the head of Vecna.
It's just a head.
He walks over and puts it on a pedestal, and a glass bubble forms around it.
Good, it won't smell bad.
There's no stopping that. I'll see you on the other side.
Let's get back.
Alright.
Right.
I don't know why I looked at you because you're not here.
Get back to him? Yeah. We'll pretend you said that.
You don't really care about him. It's okay.
I care.
Alright.
Okay.
I care too much for this party.
You really do. You have too much empathy for this party.
Oaxaca walks out of the room and vanishes.
Although, wait until you actually
Does
meet
the room
Gora as a
vanish
player
too?
character.
The room does not vanish.
I walk after him.
Alright, you walk through the exact same door he walked through.
And we're going to be in the other world, aren't we?
No.
Okay.
You walk out, and you're back in the tavern you started in on this world.
The tavern. Oh, the tavern. Okay.
We should
Well, that's
probably get
convenient.
back.
Yeah, so let's get out of there. And untether, I guess.
Yep. I begin
I
to.
guess we, suck out
You
of that.
wake up on the grass.
As they untether, can my character in that world walk up? Alright, I'm ready to join the party. Guys?
You're
Guys?
freezing mid-step, so.
Oh, yeah.
And we never go back to that world, and so he just stays frozen as he's walking up, just like...
The whole world's just on pause forever.
I mean, what would happen if I just went back to that world?
I mean, so theoretically, as far as, like, time-space goes, every timeline continues at some point. So, theoretically, there is a point at which that history continues, even if it is just when the thousands of chimpanzees on typewriters eventually hit the right point.
Yeah. Eventually, you'll have died in enough worlds that you have to return to that one. Or if you cease existing in the wood between the world,
That world
Then
is
someone else just dies of a heart attack.
you vanish in that world and you just are gone and no one remembers you.
Cool.
So, you wake up in the
Okay,
woods
we-
between the world,
Planeswalking causes a lot of theoretical problems in a lot of different places, and it's best not to think about it too hard.
Yeah, the linearity of time is very comfortable.
When we wake up, is his tongue still gone?
No.
Oh.
Shucks.
You're back in your archetypical form.
Well, at the very least, we'd have a form where I could restore it. So...
Is his staff still there?
Yes.
Okay.
Because the gem never turned to sawdust.
Yeah.
And the gem is technically the thing that's untethered.
Yeah.
The staff just helps me use it.
Yeah. I sit there for a second doing this.
Problem, Skeleton?
It's very uncomfortable to have one's tongue jump out of one's mouth.
I would not know.
Neither would I.
Would you care to?
Not really.
Because I can make it happen.
Let's get back to...
As you begin thinking threats, you actively feel a pressure on the back of your mind.
That's right.
As you feel this passive-aggressive anger, it actually makes you feel more uncomfortable.
Aggressive thoughts make this blade press on you harder.
Yeah.
Yes, a lot.
That's why Faust has just started to enter his most sarcastic mode when he's here.
Yeah. Sarcasm does not feel quite as bad as aggression. It doesn't feel great, but...
So, who's here at this point? Same person or different person or...
All of you here.
No, card or
Arin. Arin's still here.
Cool.
Alright, well that's been dealt with. Let's go back, get our madmen, do whatever we need to do with this book and leave.
I second that. Let's see if we can remember the way back. Start.
I
going.
point at Arin.
He points over. You see that he's put runes in all of the trees that he knows of, that they know of at least. Like there's so many trees that don't have any runes in them, but several do.
We need, in another world, these are all lighthouses.
Pardon?
Don't worry about it.
I need to learn. I need to learn this scripture at some point, but another time.
Oh, you know it. It's Draconic.
Oh, it's Draconic? Okay, never mind. I do know it.
Nice.
I specifically know it.
So do I.
He's marked them all in... He's marked most of them in Draconic. There are a few that are marked in Sylvan. Which would be...
You didn't get
Elrin.
Torels.
You didn't get that reference?
No, I did.
Oh, okay, to the lighthouses. Yeah.
The lighthouse.
Yeah.
Yeah, Bioshock.
Right. So you all
There's always a lighthouse.
hop back in your
Hop back in
puddle,
the puddle.
and you wake up in your world. Well, in the world of darkness.
Yes. that
Are we
one.
back like where we were?
You're exactly where you were.
Okay.
Which was outside of Guahake's hole.
Yes.
What's the phrase again?
Ecleo Guardian.
Yeah. I will walk over to wherever the center point is that we were before. Ecleo Guardian.
It opens.
Walk downstairs.
All right.
What did that one mean in the original?
I want something that isn't broken, I believe.
Or I want something broken.
It definitely wasn't that.
Fix
There's no one down here at the moment.
Only had the socket wrench.
Last time we just had to wait an amount of time.
I would also like to remind you that it is like 3 in the morning.
Whatever.
We'll sleep when we get the madman.
We're almost done with this place, so...
I will not kick any more glass.
You're learning.
A little.
Just enough.
So how long do you guys wait?
For what? Oh, waiting for him to show up?
I will sit and meditate.
Okay.
I'll lean against the wall and take a
Dozing. Meditating!
Meditating!
I mean, if it starts getting time for me to have to go back to work, then I'll go there. But until then, I'll just sit
I'm
around
sitting
here.
here meditating, dozing. Meditating!
It's Sunday morning.
Oh.
I'm going to use my life spears to heal on the plane back from Scotland.
Be a good idea.
So, no, I'll just lean against... I'll just find a place to just sit and lean against the wall and sleep until he arrives.
Okay. Come 9 in the morning, he still hasn't arrived yet.
Oh. Tell me if anything exciting happens, I guess?
You don't have work today.
I mean, I don't have work today, but
Yes.
I have church today, so yeah.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Yeah.
I should probably go attend church.
As long as you're here, I trust things won't go too terribly wrong.
Oh, yeah.
So
right,
I'll-
Sure.
Care to accompany
fun.
me to church.
I'll go ahead and leave.
Gonna go to a Catholic church?
Yeah,
Give it a shot.
The one that you almost, tried to rob.
you know. Could be interesting.
Like you do.
Only the two of us were seen there, and I'm not going, so...
Well, I was seen as well, but I was seen stopping.
And also, I'm regularly seen there. Everyone knows that I go there.
And what about you, Rudy?
He feels kind of guilty right now. He's not going.
I tried to rob a church last night. Maybe
Isn't that why you go to church? Is because you feel guilty?
I mean, Catholic.
For
so
Catholics, yeah.
It depends on the brand of Catholic.
I'm pretty sure they actually have a lot of brand unity because they actually have.
It's just gonna let things cool down
A synod, yes.
before he goes back.
Well, but this is very Spanish Catholic.
Yeah. Well. Oh yeah. Wait. No. Wait. Saipan?
Yeah.
Yes, it is predominantly Spanish Catholic.
Oh. Interesting.
Because most of the culture is based around the Spanish people who inhabited it in the early 1600s,
Okay. Gotcha.
and 95% of the island regularly attends mass.
Oh.
Wow.
And then there's one Korean Presbyterian church, a few other Protestant churches, a single Buddhist temple for the Bangladeshi,
Huh.
and a mosque.
You've done a lot of research on Saipan.
Yes.
Well done.
He has.
All right.
Anyway, regardless, you all attend those of you who attend Mass, and it's an odd experience. You're familiar with Catholic culture because, of course, you've grown up on the island, but I don't imagine you've attended Mass, properly before.
No.
Especially in a church this size, it's very detached for you specifically because you're not accustomed to what's going on. And it's very detached for you because
I'm detached.
you're detached. Because you don't actually really have much belief in the things that are being said. You're here to make a statement.
Although having attended, but not really, having been brought throughout various points in my life to various different churches of various different denominations, what's the typical layout of Mass for this church? Do they do the Holy Eucharist in the?
Right.
I feel like Akuma makes a point of standing up to go take the Eucharist.
Yeah.
The body of Christ.
Yes. You go through the motions. You've been you know how to have social graces. But come lunchtime, a plane lands, and you depart.
All right.
You're a little jet lagged. You've been on a lot of planeage.
I need a drink. I try to look around for a bar.
What is your flagon in this world, by the way? Is it just like a head flask or?
A what? Oh, I don't know.
He doesn't have it.
I don't
Doesn't
have
have
it.
it?
I don't have it in this
Yeah.
world.
It's not untethered.
Oh.
You find a bar pretty quickly. The airport's made to receive tourists. You don't even
Okay.
leave the airport.
Yeah.
Oh, good. I regale my adventures of defeating the undead in the rivers of Scotland and
Is there anybody this way? Hold on. I mean, at 1 in the afternoon on a
For the
Sunday?
most part,
The thing is, the people who are at a bar at 1 o'clock in the afternoon are exactly the kind of people who love this sort of story because they're already plastered.
okay.
So yeah, they love it. They
Great.
eat it up. They think it's fantastic.
5 o'clock was 20 hours ago.
Can I get people to pay for my drinks using this?
Roll me manipulation. What's the performance one?
Expression.
Expression, yes.
Expression.
Manipulation expression.
All right. Difficulty.
They like you. Keep it 6.
Oh my goodness, that was a terrible roll. But I got a 10, so that rolls again. One success.
You get a drink.
I sigh. But I take it.
Yeah.
I mean, if you really wanted free drinks, you have mind magic.
Yeah.
Give us a bit. That there's an ethical line.
Yeah.
Is there?
For some people, there is.
This side of the table is not the side of the table to ask about ethical lines.
No, actually.
Moral
Moral
lines.
lines, sorry.
Are the problem.
So, I think this chalice needs to go back to someone.
I'm a bastion of ethics, thank you.
Where are those people with
bastion of
the
ethics.
chalice? I'll find them somewhere. I walk off in a random direction.
Well, guess what you have?
Everything else goes north. You pretty much have to go north.
I have a blessing of being at the center of the action.
Now the question is, who do you run into?
What do you guys do after church?
Actually, I think that is what it would be called.
Neo-pagan is basically anything that's...
Anything that's not
Anything that's
Judeo-Christian.
not
Yeah,
Judeo-Christian,
anything that's not the big five.
I mean, I'm probably pretty well involved in all the,
Like, there's no-
takedown
there's no
crew
order
and
to be
stuff.
called.
So
Yeah.
I'm probably there for a little while, but after that I'll go back to
Of the Neo-pagan currently.
seeing what's going on with Oaxaca and all.
If there is, that
What do you guys do after your mass? Return back to the crater?
Yep. Let's see what's in the crater. If anything has happened.
All right.
Oaxaca's going to end up there as soon as he
Eric.
gets there, of course.
Yeah.
There's that
absolutely.
crater you remember. And they went down somehow. There was a staircase around here.
Oh yes, the place with all the circles.
Alright, let's see if I can... I'm just trying to get in, right? So can I, use my wits to try to re-find the entrance?
Sure. Use me wits and awareness. Investigation. Yeah, investigation or awareness.
Nope. But I got some wits.
Be witty.
What's the difficulty?
8.
Nothing. I just wander around in the crater.
You wander a bit.
Eventually, the two
Eventually, the two of you walk on the scene and you see Eric in the crater.
Neohonic. It would be...
He's back.
Ah! I got it!
Return.
I hold up the chalice.
He has a chalice.
Well done, if you will. We're going to make an exchange
Exchange for what?
for our friend who has been held captive. Don't you want to use this to bring freedom to those who have been wrongfully imprisoned?
I shall present it myself to his captor.
As you wish.
we tried that. You fought against it.
He wasn't going to make more than a token effort. Well, then I suppose we should enter. Is the door just gone right now?
Yes.
I'll walk over to where the door is supposed to be. Ecleo Guardian.
Spiral staircase appears in the ground.
I've been down here the whole time,
Oh yeah.
And I'll walk down.
sleeping.
You walk down.
Just like
you walk
the
down
old
shortly
stories.
after, Dave.
Huh?
You walk down shortly after.
Cool.
Beware as you enter Gadunga Gap.
Never heard of it. And he just walks right on.
Oh, I feel more empowered every day.
All right.
Oh! Anyone need foot spray? I don't have it. Well,
Foot.
I always keep it in case I have to go to the underworld. I always have this thing about toenail fungus.
It's at that point that I wake up.
You wake up to the phrase toenail fungus.
Oh.
Are any of you metal mages who might be able to craft me a fine warrior's chainmail suit?
How do we make it
What are you
stop?
wearing right
You're a
now?
metal mage, but not that
Clothes from a charity shop in Scotland.
From a what shop?
From a charity shop, because
Oh,
I had
so
some
you
regular
just
You're gonna have
So-
to. You're gonna have to define metal because there are a couple of different ways.
Can matter
to test
create?
Yeah, so you have enough dots in it.
Oh, yeah.
You have to have a ton of dot to create metal.
Yeah, I don't.
4 dots.
You can turn his clothes into metal.
Yeah, four dots is,
With three.
is creating and destroying matter.
We're summoning. creating and destroying, creating whatever the thing is. But
I'm not going to turn
one
his
is
current clothes
perceiving.
into chainmail.
One is perceiving. 2 is manipulating. 3 is altering.
4 is
and 4
creating.
is creating.
And then 5 is absolute mastery.
Yeah, 5 is mastery.
You're having a discussion, and that small black gnome walks in from a corner.
Good morning, Oaxaca. I say, standing up.
It's that dark elf again.
Yes.
Too small for an elf.
It's that strange one. He walks over and looks you up and down. New toy, I see.
I pulled this out of the depths of the loch River.
Oh, you found it.
I believe you mean ocean.
Right.
You had become Australian for a
No, there's nothing Australian.
Took a detour to Australia.
It's been a long flight.
I mean,
I wasn't the only one who heard right there, right?
No, you weren't the only one.
I mean, hey, his slipping accent is canon. I mean,
Come
I
on,
just
you.
want you to say crikey for me.
Well,
Crocky?
Okay.
I think I can make a trade for this. Let me see. He begins wandering about, looking at various artifacts. He pauses and looks over Mjolnir for a second. No, definitely not that.
Oh, so you're aware we already resolved the trade for our ally.
Perhaps, though.
Yeah, so everything you just did was for nothing.
Oh, I mean,
Well, I mean,
Guardian
we did-
apparently.
it was not for nothing.
Guardian is apparently wanting to trade him. Not Guardian. Oaxaca is apparently wanting to trade him for something. So not necessarily nothing, but
He just shrugs his shoulders and moves on. You're all very strange folks.
Right, I place a hand on your shoulder.
we're very efficient.
I apologize. They had no faith in you.
I had absolute faith in him. That's why we went and solved it ourselves.
Not what I meant.
Here you are, he says, and he pulls out a wooden sword.
It's the Kokiri sword.
He
That was
hands
at
it
least
to you.
metal.
No, the Kokiri sword. I don't know.
In exchange for the chalice.
It was always weird. It's like, why is this the Kokiri sword? They
Like
don't
a
have
toll-
anything else
like
that's
a
metal.
toll. Now that you've said Australian, I can't get my Scottish back. Scottish thing and
South African.
and South African.
I just see if saying the name of an accent would cause you to shift.
Not Irish. Sorry.
I mean, a wooden sword wouldn't be as good as his battle axe. I mean, he needs like some good chainmail.
What do I recognize
I-
this wooden sword?
You don't. You can
I
roll me intelligence. Do you have esoterica?
I do have esoteric.
Intelligence, esoterica, and add your ancestral dots.
Ooh.
It's a Nordic thing.
Wow.
Unsurprisingly.
I'm trying to think what it would be.
What's the difficulty?
The difficulty is. This is a slightly more obscure one, so the difficulty is going to be 8.
What's his name? They completely butchered for that one game.
These two
Have a wooden
double.
sword?
Balder? No.
5 successes.
Wow. As you look the sword over, something rings in your memory. The name
Frig?
Levitine. Levadian, I believe.
Levitaean.
Levitaean. Levitaean sticks out.
Now that I think about it, yes.
This sword is uniquely made of mistletoe.
The sword that killed Baldur.
No,
No.
this is not the blade that killed Baldur, but this is
Baldur was killed by an
Loki's
arrow.
blade.
That's right.
Yeah, it's Loki's
Reminds
weapon.
me of our earlier conversation.
Which
Yes, exactly.
literally translates to damage twig,
Damage twig.
or the wounding wand, as it's sometimes called.
Yeah, it's Laevtine. E-T-E-I-N.
Mistletoe was the
And
mistletoe was the thing that.
Yes, it was a dart made of
Yeah,
mistletoe.
it was an arrow made of
Dart.
mistletoe.
Yeah, that's right.
It's dark.
But
Because he guided Heimdall's hand with the bow and arrow.
regardless, it's a sword made out of mistletoe, and it's to your knowledge, like many things about Loki, far more devastating than you would at first think.
Well, I figure.
Loki's codpiece. Far more devastating. than
I'm
you
looking at the
first
chalice. Drinking is good, but fighting's better. I'll take it.
All right. As you grasp the handle of this wooden blade, something
thought. It kills you.
pulls in the back of your head.
Oh no.
Something that you can't quite...
Are we about to trigger Ragnarok?
No, he's untethering.
Something you cannot quite fathom. It's like there's a hook at the base of your neck, and you just feel a pull on it as you hold this blade.
Do we feel that?
No.
No, we're not gonna go.
Gotten to the point now. I've gotten there. I've always heard of people being drunk with battle, and now I'm feeling it from this sword.
Wahake chuckles mildly to himself. But your friends. Yes. The head was a most satisfactory trade. I suppose I can let a little bit more chaos on the well. And he wanders off. And in wanders a man. The rest of you have seen him, but he's properly dressed now.
Have I?
No, you haven't.
Yeah.
So he's tall, thin, with flyaway gray hair, but a perfect pointed black goatee. He's wearing moldy gray robes, but they look new. But they look moldy. Like they're in perfect shape, just covered in mold. And he has a strange blue ring on his hand. Ah, yes, friends! I'm back. What can I do for you today?
Is it a blue gem on a ring?
No, it's a blue ring.
It's cut out of the gem.
We need a journal opened.
Journal open. Oh, the journal of Strophonia the Mad.
Yes, Admiral.
Yes.
Just curious.
Oh, greetings! How are you doing today? He reaches his hands out to you.
I will take his hands.
Good man, good man. So nice to meet you. Tell me, do you know about the ducks? I've heard the ducks are dying and the moon is dead. I must go to Gertex to save the moon. Do you know where Gertex is? I cannot find it on any atlas around here. It's driving me absolutely mad.
Do I know where Gertex is?
You have absolutely no clue.
Do I know what that is?
No!
Alright. No.
You can't take me to Gertex? I must be off! Yeah, he rushes for the stairs.
I will sort of reach a hand out towards his shoulder. I can take you somewhere else, though, where you can unlock a book for us before you go.
What's the book?
Your book.
My book? I don't have any books.
We will show you.
Diary of Strophonia the Mad.
Ah, the Diary of Strophonia
Yes.
the Mad. Yes!
Yes.
Fabulous book.
Unlock that.
And
Why?
then you can go.
Then you. So because we need to know what's inside it.
We want to read it. We want to take it all in. The madness compels us.
You guys don't know where it's at.
There's some reason for that. It's probably for the best, right?
Yes.
You! He walks over. Interesting. He begins running his finger along your facial features.
That's a little freaky.
Straphonia's done it. He's perfected the model. He begins running his finger along your ear. He's figured it out. Not perfect, but... I go back here. He grabs the back of your neck, and there's a twist and a snap, and you vanish. As your neck is broken.
What?
He just broke his neck, and then he vanished.
I sit down.
Is it familiar? Is it very, very familiar?
Very familiar. You wake
I
up
sit down.
feeling like you've got a bit of a sinus headache in a green field full of ponds. As you look down on yourself, you see not the you know, but the reflection in the pond is that of a true Nordic hero. Clad in mail, with the same wooden sword attached to your hip. And the horn on your other side is the true horn of Valhalla.
Ooh.
And standing on the other side of the pool from you, startled up, is a man with yellow eyes and giant silver-scaled wings.
Are we still able to move?
We roll these back.
First one's
First one's first.
A new one, he
That's
says,
right, 'cause he just disappeared.
walking
That's
over
right.
to you. Greetings and
Did
welcome.
that crazy duck man! Ah! I wanted to get to Valhalla in a more noble way.
Valhalla. You look around.
These
There's-
pools are made of water! I'm...
They're not made of mead.
I believe you're confused. I don't know what Valhalla is.
You don't know? Wait a moment. I'm not there then!
Well, I would presume if I don't know where it is, but I am here and I know where we are, then logic dictates. My name's Aaron, he says, holding a hand out to you. You notice that his hands are slightly clawed.
He
I
once fought a giant
look at
beaver
him,
whale.
trying to figure out what's going on. I'm gonna
He
consult
looks-
my esoteric knowledge.
Sure.
Difficulty?
As a goat.
We'll go with 7.
Oops, that was too many.
I continue making multimedia references.
I rolled 5 by accident. Should I re-roll or?
That's fine.
We'll, I got 2.
So, there's nothing in the legends, but you've definitely seen fan art of half dragon, half men on the internet.
I'm in the internet!
That's shockingly apt description, he says, looking at you oddly. You're not quite, though.
I've got to be a
You would-
meme.
You would need to be
I mean, you're not wrong.
you would need to be able to basically.
I need you to calm down for a minute.
Play on a
Explain
3-dimensional
exactly
surface,
what just
basically.
happened to you and
You'd
how
be able to
you're
move up and
here.
down.
Well, like you're in water.
Yeah,
You were talking about a duck man.
Yes, the
Every
duck
time
man.
I see 10 can breathe
He
water.
needs to open the book because of
No.
madness.
What did
sort
he
of-
do to
make
you?
your athletics check to kick the ball, and based on how
He
high
started
how high you
stroking
check,
my
you probably-
face, and I was
you
going to
probably
tell him that I don't really, go that way. But then,
Well, Titus, who has expertise in athletics, can launch it from across the,
Then
across the field.
I woke up
Towards the
here.
Jeff has expertise in athletics, but also has a 20 strength score if you do it better.
Maybe you don't want to go back. Well,
Jack, also you can learn, special moves. Like the Jack
how can I
shot,
put this
bounce it
simply?
off
And
people.
he unloads the basics that you know about the world.
Jeff gives 3 people a concussion and scores a goal.
And that's the basics of it. By chance, did you happen to know 6 people in that world? One of them a strong but silent, intelligent type. One of them an egomaniacal man with enough power to back up his words. One of them a woman with more chaos in her heart than a dying son. One of them an actually compassionate individual who cares about those around him and who has some level of moral cohesion. One of them itching for a fight, and one of them... I don't know much about him. Very silent.
Strong but silent type. Like that detective man!
So you know the 6 of them.
Yes!
Right.
What is your intelligence, by the way?
I've got a dot in it.
One dot.
Well, I suppose it's best for you to... Oh, they're good. Were they there when you appeared here?
Yes.
Alright, well, time passes weirdly for your first one. So when you return, I'm not exactly sure where or when you'll be. But hopefully you'll be able to rejoin up with them. This might help, he says, handing you what looks to be a diamond in the rough, about fist-sized.
A rough-cut diamond.
Yes.
Diamond in the rough is not what a rough-cut diamond is.
Yes. So is it a rock or is it like
It's a rock.
Diamond in the
okay.
rough is like a lamp.
Yeah, it's not...
A diamond in the rough is when you find a diamond in the middle of, like, rock.
Yeah.
That's what it's like.
Yeah, like, it's still part of the rock. It hasn't been processed at all. It hasn't been cut or purified. So you can see eeks of the diamond glowing through it. But it's still partially rock.
Yeah, well, I used to use a crystal ball, but I've got better gigs now.
You have got a
Oh,
lot
no,
to
he's just
learn.
no
I'm very
crystal
curious to see
ball.
how the other worlds handle this. Have fun.
Poor lazy answer.
You push him back in the water.
Shove it!
Go on, he says, pointing at the pool.
What, you want me to stick my head in it?
Full cockney.
I'd like you to walk in. I mean, you can jump in, you can dive in, you can go to whatever you want to.
Just go.
Just so long as you
I
go.
don't care how, just go.
Marvin K. Mooney, would you please go now?
Yes, exactly.
Whatever. Full jump.
Alright,
Cannonball!
you wake up on the surface.
Of the moon.
No. You wake up in a bar.
Which bar?
Too much to drink again.
A bar.
You're completely sober.
Hey, you feel very sober. You don't have a headache at all.
Been trying to master that spell. Let me tell you, folks. You wouldn't get it. Next time around mages, I'll see ya. I'll walk out the bar.
Alright, back to you guys. You see snap this dude's neck.
Fronio,
Does he disappear?
If you could open a journal for
Yes.
us.
we would really appreciate if you would open this book.
So,
What book?
I will
The
take
Diary
I
of
will,
Strophonia the Mat.
I will take you to it.
Excellent, let's go.
I
Make
walk
sure
over.
you use the full title.
I will walk over and I will put a hand on his shoulder and I will teleport us to not here.
Where is not here?
Not here.
Are you just teleporting the two of you guys?
Just the two of us, yeah.
Alright. You are no longer here.
Just back to my apartment,
Okay.
where I will retrieve the book from its hiding place and present it to him.
Oh, that's Strafonio's journal. I haven't seen that in a long time. Not since that nice young man stole it from me.
Who stole it from you?
Rasputin.
Ah. Right. We can't get it to open.
Of course not.
Can
He doesn't
you?
like you.
How do we? Can you show me how to open it?
Why would I open it?
Because it's important that we open it before other people get their hands on it, or else this entire world might go up in fire.
Interesting proposition. World go up in fire. World be up in fire. No. I was told about this one. Pyro?
Yes.
That'd be very difficult. He's not supposed to be from here. This world's supposed to go up in Ragnarok. I can help you start that if you want, though.
No, we
I
want
can
to-
tell you where Loki's fetters are.
No, we're trying to stop it.
Stop Ragnarok.
Yes.
Just leave Loki where he is, then.
Well, no. You see, Pyro and entities like him,
And the voice, yes, there's
Yes.
a term for that.
There's
Uneducated plebeian.
a group of people who are trying to bring ethivores to places where they don't belong.
But they don't belong anywhere. That's why Arona locked them out.
Yes, and they have found ways to bring them back. And if they find this book, they'll find another way to bring another one back.
I don't know if Shirley wrote about that for Ethevos.
Which is why we're trying to take it out of this plane.
Stephonia really didn't like Ethevos.
Yes. At the very least, you know how to take it out of this plane.
How would I take out of this plane?
Same way you just took that person out of this plane.
I can't kill the book. It's not untethered.
Can you open it?
It doesn't have an anatomy. It's got a spine, doesn't it?
Why would I open the book?
So we can use it to stop other people from using it.
But then you're using it.
Yes.
So am I letting you use it when I don't let other people use it?
I'll pull out my diamond. I don't know if he'll recognize it, but...
Your payment's no good here.
Yeah, I didn't think so. Okay. The reason we're here is to stop the people who are working with the Ethevors from getting their hands on this.
Yes. Are you a good Ethevor or a bad Ethevor?
I'm not an Ethevor.
Oh! Well, you don't know. You shouldn't have any of this knowledge. That's why Stephonia locked me with me anyway.
Aren't you Stephonia?
Yes!
You wanted to go alone.
Out of character, out of game. Do we actually even need to know what's in this to stop it from getting into?
I don't think so.
I think we wanted to know what's in it so that we could better understand Ethevors to fight them.
That's right. That's right.
been our goal
Thank
this
you.
whole time.
That's why I was trying to
Yeah.
reverse earlier in that sentence. We need to know what's in it because apparently whatever is in this can help us destroy Ethevors.
Which Ethevors?
Pyro.
Oh. Stephonia said he was a bad Ethevor. Very bad.
And we're trying to collect knowledge and power to stop him.
You want to become as powerful as him, and then you can become as dangerous as him. That could be bad.
You're not wrong.
I'm often not. He says, looking at you, and like for the
Yeah.
first time, his eyes don't look entirely mad.
Yeah,
Just sort of like, I hate everything,
Yeah.
and then they return to mad.
Which is also why I brought you here by myself and not with the person who has already promised to help one of the Chaos Lotus in this world.
Esme?
Yeah.
No, she's not the Chaos Lotus.
Pause.
Yeah, she's Chaos Lotus as far as we know.
We thought
Okay,
she was. Her interests don't line up 100% with them, and she's a bit reluctant to be with them. But ultimately,
we can pretty easily surmise that she might be rogue Chaos Lotus.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure that I hadn't been completely misremembering information.
No, you
No.
remember correctly.
Okay, back. She's working with them.
Oh. Interesting.
And she'll be able to open this.
No, she won't.
We're assuming she'll be able to open this.
Ah, you should stop assuming. You're wrong.
Why wouldn't she be
He
able to
walks
open
through the door.
this? She triggers the anti-gravity trap.
He seems completely unbothered, and by the time he gets to the ceiling, he's on his feet again, and he opens the door.
From the ceiling?
Yep.
he's like a cat.
Yeah. Why wouldn't she be able to?
Because I opened the book.
And you're the only person in the world that can open the book.
Currently, yes.
That's not good.
Currently.
He's the only person in this world currently.
I returned the book to its
There may
hiding
be
place.
other untethered.
Oops.
Good job,
Yeah.
John.
Smack the cable.
By the way, for those of you wondering, this is our super jank mic setup.
Camera. Yeah, these are cameras.
But I
No, it was
mics.
pointed at the
He was
mics.
pointing at
Oh, the mics. Okay.
Because I hit the cable.
It is all of the.
I returned the book to its hiding place.
Okay.
I catch up to him and teleport him back to where they're at.
Alright, were you guys still chilling in the basement while he was gone for this time?
Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is Wahake still there? Or? No, he left.
He's left.
So, apparently our friend was untethered this whole time.
Well, no,
That happens around us a lot. Are
he
you
just
really
became
surprised?
Not necessarily. Typically they're born untethered, I believe was the explanation. Yeah.
They just don't awaken to it.
If he was made untethered, then that would be
Something
actually far more interesting.
But it happens around us a lot. Are you that surprised?
A little bit,
So
yes.
We seem to be a magnet for the untethered.
Only in the one world. The one world, it happened because all of the experimentation going on, because Pyro was breaking the boundaries of the world. If it happened here, it could mean there's already damage being done.
Or it could just be universal constants, such as us being a magnet for the untethered, maintaining itself across different universes.
A possibility. But there could also be a lot more going on here on the Ethivore side of things than we see.
I don't doubt there is. But we are magnetic to the untethered. Enemies, allies, we draw them to us like flies.
I haven't heard any report of that happening to other untethered.
Neither have I. It might be the fact that we move in a group. A large group.
The diamonds tend to
Move
stay in
as
groups.
individuals in pairs. Versus a group of 6.
I suppose just having a group of 6 is sufficiently uncommon.
At this point, you've made your way back to the hole, Eric. Hello!
Welcome
Where
back.
did you wake up exactly?
A bar.
I see. I woke up in a wardrobe when it first happened to me. So, I take it you got the whole spiel that you're untethered now?
Oh, from that pond fairy! Yeah!
Aaron?
I
mean,
unless
you
it's
could
a diamond I haven't seen, I doubt it was a fairy, but close enough.
Describe as a pond fairy.
It sounds like it.
So,
Good story. Bit derivative, really. I'll be telling others.
I mean,
Unless all the other stories.
C.S. Lewis did beat them to the punch, it seems, but just another batch of questions I really should get around to asking. Oh,
C.S. Lewis was untethered.
He was just writing about what he had seen.
He was the first untethered.
No, it wasn't the first. He was just writing about it.
Alright, and then you'll pop back in, which we'll return to in just a moment. We're going to take a brief 5-minute break. Be right back.
Remember to use mics. thrown off the top of the cage. And the
Hell
cage,
in a Cell.
Hell in a Cell. And the cell is like 20 feet tall.
Yeah.
It's like a 20-foot tall cage. So from the top of the cage, he got thrown off onto an announcer's table, which had been gimmicked to collapse, but still, you're falling 20 feet to the ground, which is not padded. Then he got wheeled out, came back in, climbed back up, and the Undertaker was supposed to just choke slam him on top of the cage. But when he choke slammed him, the cage gave way, and he fell 20 feet down to the ring.
With the
also
cage
is not-
underneath him.
With bits of cage underneath him. And also, the ring in wrestling matches is not padded. It's
spring-loaded.
It is a
solid.
plywood board on springs with a very thin amount of canvas across the top of it. So he fell 20 feet onto a plywood board with springs underneath it.
And we're back.
He got a tooth from his mouth into his nose through his lip.
Yes.
So,
Okay, I was thinking there were like there's at least 3 different ways you can get a tooth up your nose. Okay, it's that one.
Through the lip.
Ow.
you specifically thought that's one of the ways a tooth could go in your nose. I see I was right.
I mean, hey, it's only it's about middle ground as far as how unpleasant it would be.
So once upon a time, Marguerite was
doing something
making
else.
trades, and you're returning, and everybody's back in the same room again with Strafonio.
So, can somebody please... I can't. Can somebody please explain why we need to have this book opened? I don't have the book with me.
We may not necessarily...
Let me tell you a story. Tell me, Mr. Strafonio. Tell me, Mr. Strafonio, what is something you really care about? Gertex, the ducks, the moon. Yes!
The ring.
The ring, the moon, your Gertex, whatever. So...
Did you say Oshgren? Nice.
Let me tell ya a story. Alright, I'm going to try to use my manipulation expression here
Okay.
to spin a heroic yarn in which all these things come together and...
Spin it, then.
Your character was totally an RPG gamer, right?
Yeah.
You can roll me intelligence esoterica real quick.
I'm an RPG gamer.
Difficulty?
8.
8, 2.
Magic candle.
Let me tell you a story about an evil demon. And he got locked into a candle. And he attacked the ducks.
All right. Because you have his weak point. Let me.
Of course, the answer to Austin's puzzle of how do we get this person to help us is magic candle.
No, it's not. That wasn't actually the answer, but you guys already made your check to recognize the name Strafonio from Magic Candle and failed, and hadn't made it yet.
Oh.
I thought I did.
I hadn't.
You looked it up on Google and you found it. You didn't-
I don't think I ever made that check.
You did back when they were first talking about Strafonio.
Did I?
Yeah, you did.
So now do I get to roll my...
Yes, roll your
manipulation?
expression, difficulty 7.
Expression and manipulation, right?
Yes, I bumped it down 1 because you're appealing to his Magic Candle side. You're appealing to the DM's Magic Candle side.
Oh, I only got 1. I'm very sad.
Wait, one success is still a success.
Alright, you spin the tail as though somehow you're related to the Magic Candle games. You think that... what you're realizing is that you're not sure exactly how much Magic Candle has to do with anything, but his name's from the game, so you just name drop a bunch, and it seems to catch his interest.
And so then, here I am with Roker on one side and Saker on the other side, and I'm like, Jimbo, go running, we'll cover ya!
Strafonio has an eyebrow raised.
What did I just sit through?
Interesting. Yeah, the rest of you.
I don't know what just happened. And I have had a lot of drugs in my life.
Not as many as Strafonio.
So, the conclusion, in summary, in toto, all the around is,
Open the journal.
Open the journal! Please.
Why do you talk in that accent? It's very unusual for you to talk in that accent, but that's not where you're from, or where you grew up.
Look, buddy.
Brooklyn, long way away. The book. The book, buddy. We need this. My new friends here. We all need this. It's gonna be magical. Like, legit magical. Like, you think, oh yeah, magic, that's all in the storybooks. All the kids are bullying you about it. Guess what? You find out one of these days, you can reach inside their mind, and you can see all the things that they saw about you, and they think you're a twerp. And you know what you think about yourself? You think, nah, man. I'm like a Viking hero. I have the story. And then, you have the story. You, sir, you have the story. And when you open it up, magical things are gonna happen.
That review.
Roll me... roll me charisma expression.
Reveals.
I said that review.
Difficulty?
I can't see colors anymore.
8.
Critical failure. I got 2 1s and no successes.
Tony looks at you. I prefer the accent.
How?
Look, child, let me explain something to you. When you suck, definitely pretend to be someone else. You've been doing that well for so far. Keep on.
I'm going to use life and arete to heal that burn.
I didn't know Chifonio was a master of forces.
Flames!
Ouch.
Flames! On the side of my face!
I say he's probably a bad wizard and we just need to kill him and use his hand to open the book.
We need
Alright.
the contents of the book so we can kill an Ethivore.
Look. If you're insistent against us opening the book, then you could help us. Whatever information is in that book that could aid us in stopping Pyro from destroying that other
Oh, I don't know
world.
what's in the book.
Well, then why
Could
don't
you read it,
open and
perhaps?
find
Didn't
out?
you read it?
No.
Didn't you write it?
Strafonia wrote it.
Yes.
Well, then why don't you open it and find out?
Because Strafonia said that I'm not supposed to. I'm just supposed to guard it.
Aren't you Strafonio?
I'm Strafonia.
Probably wiped his own memory so that it couldn't be taken out of him.
Strafonia didn't wipe my memory.
What are you?
Chifonio.
What are you?
So is it a different Strafonio?
Which Strafonia?
The one that wrote the book.
How many Strafonios do you know?
There's just Strafonio. Who made me like this?
So there are 2 Strafonios.
Oh no. Many more.
Okay.
Every world.
Where's the Strafonio
Which?
that made you like this?
Which Strafonio wrote the journal?
The Strafonia. The Ethivore.
Of course.
Okay.
What kind of Ethivore is he or was he? They're all associated with an emotion, correct?
Madness.
How tall is this
Of
guy?
course.
Is he like 4 or 5 feet or something? Or
What world is the Ethivore Strathonio from?
He's an Ethivore. He's from the wood between the worlds.
Well, where is he, I should say?
I don't know. He said he was off to perfect it.
perfect?
I was a failure.
Perfect it. Now I'd really like to know where he is.
I couldn't travel between the worlds. I was a failure. He tried again. That's why it's so fascinating to see you. It
He's
must have worked
creating things
eventually.
that can travel between worlds.
So do you want to travel between worlds? Would you like to do that?
I can't.
He's not untethered. We can't untether him if he's not naturally untethered.
But
There are ways to travel
there might
without
be
being
something.
untethered.
Yeah, there might be something in the book that'll
Such
tell
as
you
your
how
staff,
you can,
for instance.
How you can
And
travel
I
between worlds.
indicate to the room we're in.
And such as
No.
the blood magic of one particular individual.
And,
You
well,
I'd
you
rather
don't know-
avoid
you say
bringing
you don't
him
know
into
what's
this.
in the book.
no, don't.
I don't
touch
know
it.
what's in the book.
But if you look at in the book,
But if Stephanio didn't know how to make it work when he wrote the book and then left the book with me, then it's not going to be in the book.
how do you know? Maybe it's there now. It is a magic book.
No, it's not.
Sure it is.
No, just a book.
So, what?
I
did they
assume
open it?
someone tried opening it up and reading it, right?
Yes. It's locked.
Yeah.
It didn't open?
No. I did try opening it. It
Yes.
didn't open, right?
Yes.
Alright.
You were unable to open it with any means of magic.
Yeah. Is it just like a physical lock?
No.
Yeah, because I would have tried to pick the lock if it was that easy,
Yeah.
but...
So could you please open it for us?
Why?
Because we want to try to help.
Who do you want to help?
We want to help protect people from ethivores. From the bad ones.
Not just
Yeah.
people, but entire worlds.
Yes.
I doubt your sincerity.
You doubt his sincerity?
Just show him.
He's like Irana.
Did you know Arana?
Yeah. Stephanio warned me about her.
Of course.
People who are so good they'll sacrifice themselves for others. Unfortunately, what they don't tell you is that they'll sacrifice others around them the same way. Even if they didn't want to be sacrificed. Doesn't matter how close you are.
I take it this is either a personal experience or an experience of the Ethivore, Stephanio.
Yes, I've run into that myself, yes.
Do we need to threaten this guy?
No.
Threatening him won't
We
do anything.
can't.
I'm not like Arana.
No, you're not.
But I am a man of my word.
Yes.
And I loathe creatures that would seek to drive me. And these ethivores would seek to manipulate me, my freedom, and the freedom of those that I do care about. I will demolish them if you grant me this knowledge.
Roll me manipulation expression.
Difficulty?
8.
4, 5 dice.
I'm much better at intimidation.
I mean, you're better than I am at expression?
4 successes. Wait, this one's a 10. 4 successes.
Take me to the book.
I will grab both of them and teleport back. And you will see me reach under my coat, grab something that's invisible, and make it visible.
He takes the book.
Leave, he says, pointing at you.
I will step out.
He will walk over to the bed, sit down it, and open the book.
Here you go.
He says, handing it to you.
I take it.
Roll me intelligence and wits.
Intelligence and wits.
Difficulty 9.
Oh boy.
Uh-oh.
Let's see what I got. I have at least 2 10s. 3 10s. 3 10s. Well, 3 successes.
There's an underlying logic to this mumbling and this madness, but it's going to take you a while to parse it out.
I at least can make progress. Okay.
You can make progress, yes. You recognize immediately it's not just random nonsense.
It's not just gibberish. Yeah.
But it's not a traditional cipher. There are words, but it's a cipher on a level that it's not a traditional cipher, it's not a letter-to-letter cipher. There's something here beyond the likes you've ever seen before, but you feel like you could make progress on this.
There you go.
I appreciate it. I'm going to make Pyro pay with it.
Are you done with me now?
Yes.
Good. He reaches up and snaps his neck and falls dead on the floor.
Good night.
The ring loses its blue glow and turns black.
It's a mood ring.
You're still in my apartment. So.
Mood ring.
Yeah. Can I take that ring off him? Or does it stay on his finger if I try and remove it?
No, you can remove it.
Smooth death.
I want to inspect this ring later. I'll take the ring. You stepped out of the room?
Yeah, I'm just outside.
I open the door. You'll need to remove a body.
I step back in. I teleport the body to the Vatican.
Okay.
I mean, they found bodies there before.
Roll me your teleport.
Not one of those.
I only need one success to get in the Vatican.
I know.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
I mean, you're from Italy.
Yep.
You've probably been to the Vatican.
Yep. Yep. Yes,
10,
you succeed.
9, 6, 8, yeah.
Where in the Vatican would you like this body to be? Has to be somewhere you've seen. So it's one of the public areas.
Yeah, one of the public areas.
It's in the middle of the giant courtyard where the Pope occasionally holds mass.
Are there like any like really prominent like pew area, like people who will come in and sit down?
Yeah.
On like sitting up.
Sitting in a pew.
Sitting in a pew.
Okay. Congratulations, you teleported him into the Vatican into a pew. To clarify, it is like very late there.
Yeah, they'll find it in the morning.
Alright.
Can I use a cosmology and etiquette to prepare a greeting for people from this world between the woods?
Sure.
So you making progress?
So that
Yes, I'll be able to make progress now.
Yeah.
what?
Do you want me to hide it again, or do you want to keep
yes.
hold of it?
I'll hold on to it for now.
Do you want me to hide it on your person?
I think that was the other one.
Did you drop one?
This is up here.
I can hide it easily.
Okay, yeah,
It's
okay.
just- I've temporarily
Drop one at the same time.
temporarily diminished the enchantment.
Was that a 6 or
Sure.
7 for?
I will
Present
rehide
day.
the book.
6.
I'm
2.
rehiding the book in the same way.
Okay.
I'll take it back.
So you can feel it. It just doesn't.
Your knowledge of cosmology you come
You
up
can
with.
feel it,
an
and you can put it
appropriate,
wherever.
Nordic
It just
reading
does
for-
not show
Yeah.
either against your coat or at all visibly.
You want me to give you a Nordic dictionary?
No, I got one.
You look at Vikings of Bjornstad.
So yeah, basically, like it'll just. And that's how I was holding it. Was like basically it'll hang right here, but it doesn't. There's no imprint on the coat, and it has
Yeah.
no visibility. And then I'll also point you to where I will go into the closet and like kick open a foot locker, which the book is sitting in, and then close it again. So you have the visual memory of where it's at. So you
Yeah.
can, if somebody tries to get into your mind, you can.
Yeah.
I know where it's at. It's in that foot locker.
Great. So what are you guys doing?
Head back. I'll teleport back. Okay, so books unlocked.
Step 1. We commission a new one of these name tag things for our newly awakened friend before we make any of these any plans.
Sounds good.
Probably.
Let's go talk to Gilda. After we get rest, it's still 3 in the morning.
No, it's not.
No,
It's-
no.
No.
Oh no, sorry.
Guys,
It's late.
guys are
I'm still thinking back at the
sleeping.
beginning.
It's like 2 in the afternoon.
We have been up all night, but we'll sell us out.
I probably need to sleep a little bit.
We got a little bit of rest while we're waiting.
Go to Gilda.
Where's your phone?
Teleport us to Gilda. He's in the Vatican.
Why?
Is he alive?
He was apparently done.
Got it. He killed his meat puppet.
Oh. Alright.
As to why he's in the Vatican, it's because I'm a Neo-Hellenic and I really want to see what happens.
You know, I assume they have mages there, and they just assume it's some asinine prank.
I'm sure I'll find out later.
Not from the Vatican, you won't.
News article: dead body found in Vatican.
Who finds it?
They assume he like had a moment of rapture and then just died.
I mean, his neck is broken. He had a moment of rapture and then broke his own neck.
People used to call me crazy.
Used to.
You're not even half
Used
as
to?
crazy as half the things I've seen. I
have
wish
to
I was
write
joking.
down your stories.
I once had my tongue jump out of my mouth.
That was
After-
yesterday.
Yes.
Time and space.
All right. So what are you all doing for the rest of the day?
Well, we go over to Gilda to
Yes, you go over to
Let's
Gilda.
go to Gilda.
mind protection name
Yeah.
tag.
You go back over to the place that you recall. This place has infinite free beer.
I am basically now just hanging out near Faust because book and still not out of trouble yet.
Yes. You walk in. Gilda looks up. Oh, all of you again, eh? So,
Well, our friend woke up.
I'm already in my second one.
3 things. One,
It just sounds so scary.
3 things. 1, he needs a dog tag. 2,
great.
we found the book.
Oh, good.
3, it's stuck here. We have to read it here.
Do I think that's true still?
Yes.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, once the book was open, there's nothing special about it. It's literally just
Yes.
information on pages. The cover has protective qualities, but that's magic. It's not magic of this world, but it's not magic of the wood between the world. It's some
Yeah,
sort of weird
but-
magic.
It's like if I couldn't take it to the wood while it was closed, we definitely can't take it once it's open.
The knowledge. It was a book written in this world with knowledge, not of this world, but the book itself is native and will not leave.
Interesting. And he's one of us.
Eric! Eric! Yeah.
Stefanio
Yeah.
walked up to him and snapped his neck.
And then he disappeared and came back in a bar.
That's...
Apparently, Stefanio knew before he awakened.
Stefanio-
Mentioned something about a creation, I believe? Something about perfecting something?
Strephonio was not Strephonio. The name Strephonio belongs to an Ethivore.
The Stefanio we found,
Was
from what we can tell, some
form
kind of a...
puppet.
Precisely.
The Strephonio we found was some form of puppet created by the Ethivore with the apparent intention to become untethered, but failed. It was not able to become untethered. Strephonio the Ethivore seemed to have some sort of connection to the creation of Untethered.
Specifically, he made a comment that he had been working on it for a long time, and apparently he had succeeded with us. From what we assumed that we untethered because of the instability in the world, but that could have been significantly more intentional than we've seen. We don't know what Strephonio is after all.
The logical conclusion that can be drawn from inferences and conversation based on the Strephonio that we interacted with being somewhat unstable, but definitely not without any reason, was that he was an attempt at creating an Untethered by the original Strephonio that failed and was left to guard whatever knowledge was in this book. Strephonio apparently went on to attempt to create the Untethered and eventually likely succeeded for one reason or another. And has something of a love-hate relationship with the one who created the charm that prevents violence from the wood between the worlds.
And
He
also
did
doesn't-
seem to have something of a personal grudge against Orana, yes.
Also doesn't seem to enjoy other Ethivores.
What are you doing?
Fruit ninja with my mistletoe sword. And beer cans.
And we're just having this conversation while beer cans are ching 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 ching.
There's a recycling bin.
I'm assuming you're emptying them first.
That would have been a better idea. Yeah.
Drink, toss, slice, or are you going toss, slice, and then beer spin
Toss,
everywhere?
toss.
She shouts something in Scottish Gaelic at you.
Can I try my intelligence to see if I
You
can
can try your
guess what I'm
ancestry.
liking?
Roll your ancestry dice.
What's the difficulty?
6.
2.
That was not polite. Like your ancestors won't even translate it for you.
You're wasting beer.
I stop. Can you reshape the battle axe? I don't need it anymore. The sword's good. Reshape this into chainmail, and then I have my shirt back.
Reshape what? Oh,
The
battle axe. So we have some cans here too.
you
If you
still
need
have the
them.
axe?
Yeah, he sells his axe.
The cans go in the recycling bin, she says, pointing at the recycling bin attached to the refrigerator.
Chainmail is just like recycling.
I take the axe and I start throwing the cans into the bin.
Why do you, the children will never learn if you keep cleaning up their messes.
Yes, but the mess will never be cleaned up.
So, I suppose you'll be needing a dog tag too.
Yes.
Keep
I
as
don't
needed.
have a dog.
Dog tag to wear.
Oh, you're gonna need
We
it
got
quickly.
these, let's show him we got these still dog tags.
He's already been possessed by his people, so.
I see he doesn't have any mental protection of his own.
No.
Yeah.
Yes, that was a slight at you. Right, I'll get on it.
So I'm going to do my incredible alchemy of turning stainless steel into something usable, and see if I can at least reshape this into some form of a chest plate, I guess?
Matter 2?
It's matter.
Yeah.
Matter.
Too. I've got matter too.
Matter
Also,
three.
can we do work together to try to
How
get
much
it?
matter do you have?
Only 2 dots.
He has 2.
Two
And I
dots.
got 2.
You can reshape it, but you're not going to be able to improve the quality of the steel significantly.
It'll still be stainless steel. It'll just be stainless steel chainmail. instead of
Well, clearly he
stainless
can't
steel
tell anyway. So
Well, because what is
not chainmail. I'll probably make it into
out
a.
of?
It's going to be a
Plate,
higher
because-
carbon steel. You'd have to have metallurgy knowledge to be able to incorporate the elements together, or you'd have to ask somebody who has a lot of stuff in matter and crafting. Who may or may
Yes,
not
but
be
I don't
able to
think
prove-
Gilda cares enough.
No, we should be able to. We got to get him something.
Gilda's
decent.
already
a
doing
really
one.
good.
Gilda's already making him dog tags. Let's not bother Gilda with making his
Well, you interact. They'll be right back.
I mean, there may be there is at least one individual in the party who could probably talk her into it.
Well,
But-
let's
Yeah, I
see.
know.
We've
I
got,
know. I could.
we've got Austin.
it'd be
The
neat to-
annual, the biannual watering of the Austin is taking place.
Biannual. I think you mean bi-hourly.
There you go.
By hourly.
No, I think we need to give him
By hour,
really
every
good
30 minutes.
armor. So that, I mean, in case we run into stuff later in
Depends
life,
on the time. Sometimes every
just in
time.
case we
Get him some straight up full plate.
just
Sex hourly?
for scale
Yeah.
or something, something decent. I mean, if
More
we're
like it, though.
reshaping it, we can shape anything we want.
Sex
to, but I
hourly
would-
though just makes me think of something very different. It's like I want to go to that tower.
What is it to take?
It doesn't matter what the material is. We
the
could
only
put
one
like
who's
some
not
kind of
like that.
enchantment.
I thought of it, but I still said it.
I've got
That's why I like our
forces
culture.
too. I can't figure out if I can
Yeah.
forces.
Forces.
Wait.
No. With
No.
forces, what
Sex
you do?
hourly, that's in France,
Oh,
right?
no.
Yes.
No.
First place
So,
my mind
so,
goes.
so, you know how you have your knife that explodes?
Yeah.
We need armor that explodes. Like tank armor.
Like tank
the
armor.
tank
A
armor.
blade
You
of
hit it,
armor.
it blows
Yes,
up.
tank armor.
You're trying to. Are you
So we
trying
use
to?
forces.
Yes.
We use forces so that whenever something hits the armor, it explodes outwards.
But so the way a blade of armor works though is that the armor explodes.
Yes.
Yes.
But it explodes outward. I mean, the
Yes.
tank armor
yes,
actually
the armor
actually explodes.
Yes,
Yeah.
the armor does
So we
explode
can make-
outward.
yes.
But the armor explodes.
Right.
Yes.
But we just make
So?
You're making a one-use chest plate.
It's made out of stainless steel. What's it gonna do if I don't? It's one use anyway. At least this way it'll be useful.
At least it'll stop something once.
It wouldn't even stop it though.
Yeah. It might. It depends on what it is.
It depends on what it is. Like,
I mean, we can
if
use
somebody tries
forces,
to punch it, it'll definitely stop it.
You could also just use forces to like increase the relative density of the stainless steel so that it's more effective.
That would be matter, not
No. Forces is relative density, not actual density.
By improving its gravitational pull and repellent's forces.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can repel. I can repel.
We're really on this breastplate.
You can improve relative density without actually improving density. That's why that's the workaround.
That's why Mage is all about working your spheres around what you can't do.
Which is why we were thinking exploding armor. I mean,
no, we can do it. I think we can do that with forces. Just upgrade.
I mean, a blade of armor would also be very vulgar.
Are there cats on this island?
And like the first time, like a cat jumps up onto his chest, it just explodes outward.
That would be.
How many spheres would it take to convert a cat into living hide armor?
That would be.
It would be extremely vulgar.
3 life and 2 matter.
Yeah.
Yeah, it would be extremely vulgar, but
Pretty vulgar.
no, I'm not doing it.
As the individual with 3
I saw you looking at my spheres.
this is why.
I knew you were going to do it. I just wanted to know if you could.
That's
Yes,
kind
I
of
could.
why Dark Age Mage is
I wasn't
so
going
much
to ask
fun.
you.
I'm sure I'm sure Tarn will be willing to do it.
The Dark Ages World of Darkness games are basically the same game, but without all the restrictions.
Because if you can
it's
convince
set in
people...
the medieval ages.
Yeah, because it's set in the medieval times. So, like in like Dark Ages Mage, that's what you do. You have like a living tiger suit of armor.
Because you're a mage, and you can convince people that you're a wizard because you're a wizard.
So why does that man's armor roar and try to bite at me? Because he's a wizard.
So, anyway, Gilda returns with your dog tag while you're discussing this armor.
We're gonna try.
I'm gonna at least start shaping it into the general shape.
Gilda, they are currently arguing the pros and cons of making a blade of steel armor.
For the idiot.
Yes.
Buffoon, go stand under that car. There's a car on a lift.
This is going to be great.
Sort of skeptically, I walk over to the car.
She just drops the car on you.
Yeah, she walks over, pulls the lever, and drops the car on you.
Alright, I'm gonna use...
Hang on. It's not actually hitting you.
It's just going to fall around you.
His
Alright.
car is about to be your armor.
It was 2 1s, but thankfully she got more successes than that. So you feel the cold embrace of metal around you, and the car lifts back up, and you are left in. It's certainly not shiny, but it is very heavy-duty steel plate.
So I'm gonna wear plate. Look like a British knight or something.
Covered in furs.
So
I think the
Too
word you're
Teutonic
thinking
for
of
ya.
is thank you.
Teutonic?
He's going for the Viking look.
He likes the Viking look.
Leave it. It'll be much easier to collect it this way.
Hold on one second.
No, wait, he has a sword now instead
She
of an
drops the
axe.
car.
She walks over, pulls a rat out of a mousetrap, and hucks it at you, and as it hits you, it explodes into...
A series of furs.
Scared now.
It turns into a bear. You now have
Bear
bear
hide.
skin hide armor.
On top of your metal
On
plate.
top of the metal plate.
Yes.
You're wearing a bear and a car.
So, I'm curious, what are you going to tell the
You're
person
still
who
like
owned that
5'5",
car?
right?
I'm average height.
What are you going to tell the person who owned that? So, someone took that into the shop to get repaired, right?
I'll fix it. Don't worry about it.
It doesn't
Worry
use
too much.
engine.
Those are extra parts. The manufacturer always puts those in.
Well, yes, but I thought that rat was supposed to be the thing running on the wheel inside the engine block to make it run. Where are you going to get another rat at this hour?
Isn't it?
There's a very good sarcastic response to that I'm going to avoid. Alright? And she walks over and begins beating out that car with a wrench. Like, literally just hammering this stupid thing. It's somehow it's getting in better shape every time she hits it.
Building a dispenser.
TF2 approach to
Yes.
technical, however.
Building a century.
Building a century. Clank, 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 clank.
Building an SUV.
Like, looking around, you notice that of all of her tools, you think there's dust around most of them. You think the wrench is the only one she's ever actually used.
That's it, sir.
So we need to
That's a focus.
design a safe space to read that book.
I think I can do something about that.
Also, we need to prepare for Asbeen to grab the vines.
Do you have any idea how long that would take, as in on a scale of weeks, months, years?
I haven't had a look at the book, so I can't tell you.
It will take time.
What about the crater? I mean,
Right.
isn't
I am interpreting
I
these
don't necessarily think we
scrawlings
need
and
to
writings of the Ethavore
Be in
of
a
literal
place
madness.
where
Yes.
magic?
I suppose it'll
Yeah.
take a little bit longer for you to get a general
We need to-
idea of
yeah.
how long it'll take.
Mm-hmm.
we need to-
Essentially, I'm just wondering if we have to construct some crazy time shenanigans.
Well, possibly. I mean, we could, but possibly the bigger threat here is that Asbeen will be sending that hunter after us.
yes.
You receive a text, by the way.
We just have to.
Who
All of
does?
us, or-
All of you, except for you. The text says, I could help you translate that book.
Nope.
Torrell knows exactly where to find me.
Terrell.
I just blocked the caller. I blocked that number and closed the phone. Or not closed, the smartphone. I blocked that number and put the phone away.
I reply, no thanks.
Any response from anybody else?
Has he put his dog
Yeah.
tags on yet?
I
Of
would
course.
guess.
Yeah.
Dog tag
Yeah.
on.
I will.
Terrell's gonna send her a text back that says, I'm done.
You still feel like you need to give the book to her.
You don't have it.
She doesn't know where it is.
Yes,
She's
yeah.
trying
She
to
don't know
find
where
that
it
as much
is.
as possible.
So, who's texting?
The person we're trying to avoid.
Sometimes you can't run from your problems. You just have to go up and kill them.
Yes, she's currently at the bottom of the Marianas Trench, I believe we said?
Yes.
That might be difficult.
If you would like to dive to the bottom of the Marianas Trench and try to kill her.
No.
Yes.
I'm going to try to use my vague memory of history here to remember what I know about
The
Soviet nuclear bomb testing underwater.
Wait, that's it! We go find a nuclear sub!
Nuke the Dragon Part 2!
Academia.
You guess.
Could I teleport you to a nuclear
I got
sub?
one.
We just have to take over somehow.
I hear they
Somehow,
have space missiles, and you fire space missiles at the fish, and the boom.
We're a group of 6.5 mages.
Yeah,
we can
I know.
easily take over a Russian nuclear sub.
6.5.
Or an American
Yes,
sub for that
6.5.
matter.
You mean 7?
No, I mean 6.5. I'll leave you to determine who the half is. We find the location of a Russian sub. We teleport on. We kill everyone on board. We use the Russian sub to nuke Esme.
If that hasn't already happened, I imagine there's mages involved in world intelligence agencies that would kind of rather see us turned inside out before we tried that.
I mean, to be fair, self-preservation is a thing that mages still have, and setting nukes off kind of goes against that.
Yep. I doubt very heavily that any mage has ever tried that before.
Ignore the nuclear bombs going off. It was it was a North Korean nuke test. That's it. Yes.
I would like
That's
to
our
point out, by the way, that you just said mages don't do this because they have self-preservation. So it's fine for us to do this.
We don't live in this world.
I don't care.
Look, if that's
made this.
If that's the argument that makes them, not doing horrible things to people, I'm good with that.
This is also a joke.
It wasn't when you did it in Shadowrun.
No, it wasn't.
In Shadowrun is easy.
In Shadowrun, it was a lot easier. We knew where the nukes were. We don't know where the nukes are.
I mean, we just have to,
To clarify, in case anybody doesn't know, once upon a time, I don't think we recorded this.
No, we didn't know where the nukes were. We didn't know where the nukes were. We just manufactured a conflict.
Oh, that's right! We didn't even do it! We just...
The cheap state.
We framed someone.
There was a highly armored fortress with a man blackmailing them, and they were supposed to confront him, and they decided instead of confronting the dragon, they convinced the elven nation to nuke him.
And by convinced, we mean framed the guy by invading one of his labs.
We practiced espionage.
Yeah. It was
a
very simple.
It was the most pink mohawk moment of that entire campaign.
I think it summed up the campaign perfectly.
And I managed to headshot 4 people with 1 shot.
It was at the same time though. It was a pink mohawk moment and the other whatever the other term is.
Black trench coats.
It was both because we were doing the outrageously over the top thing, but with a more subtle end game in mind, and it worked.
Yes.
All right. So
Anyway.
aside from nuking the Marianas Trench, which is very large, by the way,
So are nukes.
Why use a nuke when we could use a Moab?
Why use a nuke when we can just have you kick the Marianas Trench?
We're about to try to split the planet in half.
No, we just closed the trench.
Let me just move a tectonic.
Oh man!
No, forces on each side.
Yeah.
And him in the middle.
Yeah,
No, wait.
there's a crack in the earth. Hang on, we gotta fix this.
You just go on to the other side of the planet, the exact other side of the planet, go, alright, this looks like a good spot. Punch.
Quick 1-inch punch the planet.
Oh, I would need way more forces for that.
We got a little bit. We just have to hire.
Global devastation.
Yeah.
Anyway, on a serious
On
topic.
a more serious topic, we need to build a.
you know some powerful mages if you need help with anything.
You think Yaren would be able to
I'm
help
sure
us?
Tarn would be able to create catastrophic things of worldwide
Do
proportion.
you think Yaren would be able to help us build a protective bunker area?
Actually,
Well, we
yes.
can always use her dagger to try it too.
That doesn't work on this world.
It doesn't. All it really is a mirror shard in this
Yeah,
world.
that's no fun.
It helps her siphon people's life force.
I know.
Let's go find Yaren.
Let's go find Yaren.
Alright.
I feel like the man with the greatsword on his back would be able to help us hide in plain sight.
Yeah, probably. I mean,
I don't know whether
it occurs to me, not you.
Yeah, the only one member of the party thinks that the greatsword is odd.
Doesn't he?
No.
No, wait, you're not magically affected to. You just got used to it.
I wasn't saying that like it was odd. I was saying that as a descriptor.
Alright,
Yaren, the man with the greatsword on his back.
Yeah.
Probably normal.
The sheriff.
Yeah.
What's his position? He's the sheriff.
How did you get there?
What's his jurisdiction? He's the sheriff.
Who voted for him?
He's the sheriff.
I didn't vote for you.
I'm
Having a greatsword on your back is a terrible form of government.
It's a terrible system of elected leaders.
I'm a tourist, so it doesn't bother me.
There's no basis for a system of government. That was the line.
Alright. So you go find Yaren.
Yep.
Everybody in the party on the same page?
Sure.
Yep.
I guess.
Or at least in the same book.
No, I'm in the book.
Alright, you find Yaren, you send him a text, he's at the police office. But he meets you outside.
I was gonna say, it would be funny for all 6 of us, all 7
Including
of us.
one of the most wanted people on the island.
He meets you at
At a
Joe
Denny's.
Tan's Tacos.
Joe Tan's
Tacos. Okay.
Joe Tan's
It's
Tacos.
a checkpoint where
Tacos.
you're at, by the way.
Oh yes. Have I broken number 3 yet?
You're at 4.
Damn.
So,
I
Yaren,
think taking down.
we
I
need
get the
help.
spiciest taco possible.
Yes.
Yes. I presume that's why you came here.
We need to fabricate a safe place to read a book for about a week.
I'm going to want you to elaborate that.
We found the book.
We
We figured out how to open it.
That assumption I made.
We need to be able to open it up and read it and research it
Without
without
being
anyone
attacked.
else figuring that out.
I specifically, who can
make myself go for many days without food, so I don't need a whole lot, just a small amount of rations.
But Esmeen will be sending.
Yes,
a hunter
I
after
need
us.
a shelter, and I will be honest with the group of you. You'll be down your combatant, which is partially what we need here.
I mean, I could read it.
Well, if we're worried about a mage hunter,
This is my field.
if we're worried about a mage hunter, then we can just do
active
something with
Not with my time magic
regular
again.
police, perhaps.
Oh,
They're
look
not
at that.
mages.
I have 3 spear dots.
I also have.
The problem is you
intelligence
realize that
research, that's why
you're trying to hide it from Esmeen, right?
Yes.
That as well. True.
Her mind
True.
magic affects everyone on this island.
Yes,
She just has to find where you are.
Yes.
that's why we're coming to you.
I need a bunker that I can sit in for a while.
I suppose your traditional gang hideout would be a poor choice because she knows about it.
And has previously had most of the members of my group shoot themselves as an attempt to threaten me.
Well then, that's off the table. What are you going to tell your men about why you're suddenly not there anymore?
Hazuki's in charge while I'm dealing with an important matter back home.
So, I suppose the easiest thing to do would be to leave the island? Or to create a part on the island so isolated no one could get to you?
Yes.
It worked for Strafonio.
What if we hide under the island?
I could.
That's not a bad
That's
idea.
not a bad
Strafonio
idea.
hid in the mountain for a long time.
Yeah.
I heard a congressman talking once about islands tipping over, so I figured we'll just crawl underneath them.
It immediately went to a bad idea. That was impressive.
You guys think I have bad ideas.
Like it went from a good idea straight into a bad one with no middle ground whatsoever.
Do I know the other Akashic on the island?
That would be Yaren.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
I mean,
That's why Yaren isn't arresting you.
can we get our ways back to Strafonio's little?
Right. Yeah.
Or
Because he
is that a
does do
good
that.
place to-
Esmeen was the only person we knew
Oh.
who could open that.
Do you know?
Yeah, Esmeen knows where it is and can open it.
Actually, Yaren, do you know of any Akashic temples?
Not on the island.
Where?
A temple of the Brotherhood might be one of the safest places for this, if we can get them to agree to shelter me for a while.
Japan is not a long flight.
Oh,
We
that's
don't need a
pretty sure.
flight.
But is it within range of Esmeen?
Almost definitely.
But the Akashic specialize in defense of the mind.
I can get us there immediately.
Yeah. If you could.
Travel time, I assumed, was not a concern.
It'll give you a head start. But I assure you, no matter where you go,
We'll still be defending ourselves, but we're trying to get the optimal defense rather than just doing it in squatting in an apartment.
alright. So, Akashic Temple in Japan?
Yep.
Mount Fuji.
Alright.
Would you like to come along and be the guard, since I'm not going to be able to stand guard myself while I'm reading?
You do realize what's going to happen when you leave here and Esmeen is looking for you, right?
What?
She's going to turn this island upside down.
Consult the blind beggar and Hazuki.
I knew it.
I do, I scribble
Who
something.
is this?
He
He's
just
a new
awakened.
Untethered.
He's yeah.
He's brand new. I hand Faust. I hand Akuma a card, and I'll say, actually, I think I'll read the book and you can stand guard.
I can't read your handwriting. Write slower. Okay. Yeah.
What's the range of my mind magic? Like,
Hoping that you can understand what that means and will react appropriately.
Yeah.
I would not advise mentally reaching out to Esmeen. No.
Well, you'll need to retrieve it.
no,
Yes. Of course.
Depends on how many successes you get. But, I mean, you can go miles.
Can I make a YouTube video telling a story about how, like, there's a pressing threat on the world and we all need to stand guard and be extra vigilant and use my mind magic to make people like it and make it go viral?
Do you have correspondence?
I do not.
Because internet magic requires correspondence.
Oh, alright.
It's a thing.
Or you just need the there's literally a
the social media.
yeah the social media
Market
focus.
There's a not a focus, but an instrument called marketing and social media, and you can make the instrument by which you do magic be marketing and social media.
I'm a YouTube magician.
Not even that. It's like you make a meme.
Yes.
You make a meme and post it online, and the fact that it goes viral is how you cast your spell.
It's a thing.
That is a way. That is a method of casting magic in Mage.
So next time we set a campaign in this universe.
Correspondence is big.
This system.
All of the spheres are big.
Yeah, that's true.
It's a matter of figuring out how to take the spheres you have and use them to do what you want.
I'll send a message to Hazuki and tell her that she's in charge while I'm going to be away for a while back home in Japan.
Okay.
And I will tell you, while I'm away, can you work on helping Hazuki awaken? She's also one of the Untethered. She just hasn't had the chance yet.
I'll do what I can, but short of stabbing her?
If it comes to that and it's necessary.
Alright.
I go to a bar figuring we need berserker warriors.
Does anybody notice Eric's leave of hair?
Nope. Wait. Let's go to.
We've already got two.
We've got two.
We've got two berserker warriors and a warrior monk.
You may want to wait. I'll be reading a book.
Oh, true.
I'll be reading. I'll be standing guard with him in the room.
Yeah, once we get to Japan, find
Yes.
Okay.
But they're going to be mind blasted.
So,
Are the people in
going to
the
a monastery
hospital
in
still suffering with that magical disease thing?
Yes.
How?
I kind of have that to deal with. So,
We're gonna I have to make a quick stop by my apartment to grab the book.
The thing is, if we go to Japan and we get attacked by what's-her-face, it'd be easier for
I
mage
need to
guy.
talk to Tarn before.
then what do I do?
Keep us alive while we kill the stupid thing.
I'm much better at keeping people alive after they've killed stupid things.
Oh,
I
okay.
tend to get killed in this universe.
Okay.
I kind look at the shields that aren't on my arms.
Yeah, that's
I
true.
vastly prefer most of the other worlds to this one.
Okay. Oh, well.
Okay. I go to my apartment before we. We'll set a time for when we're teleporting away. Everybody move
I
there.
figured that I'm more likely to find English speakers in Saipan than on Japan, and I don't speak anything but English.
That's not accurate.
English is one of the major languages in Japan.
Everybody in Japan learns English.
There are a lot of English
Yeah.
speakers in Japan.
English is a thing that they learn, like it's a required course in school.
Yes. Do you think this guy knows that?
Oh, I know. I know it's not accurate. I'm just saying it's not accurate.
No, good point. I am going to go to a bar, and I am going to having a drinking competition to try to find like the most ferocious folks and convince them that they need to join me on my battle. And I'm going to use mind magic to like bend them to like adapt their mindset to that of like total frenzied berserkers ready to like fight for the cause, and I'm going to like imbue them with life spheres to like transform them into or to like adapt
You're going
them
to go
like
find berserker warriors to follow you into battle.
I'm going to go to the bar, I'm going to find the most pugnacious people in there, and I'm going to just enhance what that is and
You are actively creating tools for Esme.
Roll me perception intuition.
That's a terrible idea!
I think it's a fantastic idea and I endorse it completely. Perception
Are you going to tell anyone about your plan?
No, he's left.
He's gone.
He just left and we don't care.
I care.
Where's it?
A
It's
little,
okay.
but I care more about the hospital, so...
I
Perception,
choose who
wits,
goes with
intuition.
me when I teleport.
Where's intuition?
Talents.
Talents. I see intimidation.
When I
see
fold
alertness,
space and
art,
time, I
athletics,
can make
awareness,
sure
moral,
it cuts in
empathy,
half anybody I
expression,
don't want
Oh,
to
shoot.
intimidation, leadership.
Empathy. It's empathy. Sorry, I got the wrong one.
Okay.
Empathy.
Intelligent or perception? You said perception.
Yes.
That's slightly better.
Why are you reaching
What
for
was
my
the
phone?
difficulty?
6.
I got one
Yeah,
success.
it was like
One success. It's not hard to find the people who want to pick a fight. There's some bikers.
All right.
We're bikers.
Let's
We're bikers.
let's try to convince them that I've got like the best fight for them using
Magic.
magic.
So now
Yeah,
instead
roll
of-
me your mind.
So now instead of
Mind
Viking,
irritate.
it's Viking.
Difficulty?
We're Vikings.
They're biking enthusiasts.
1, 2.
They're bike enthusiasts.
4. 4 successes.
Yep, they're yours.
All right. Now I'm going to use
Life to berserk.
yeah, I want to use life to make these like legit berserker types.
All right.
And like I want to do it in a way that burns
sorry,
them
you're gonna have
into
to fight
a
these berserkers
blinding
whenever he takes
loyal
them over.
rage that like
They're not coming with
basically
us.
higher
Sorry.
mental functions go down
Also,
so they can't
what do
be
you
like
mean, sorry?
controlled and they just turn
Lightning.
into like
Sure,
crazed
life and mind.
life and mind. Okay.
They're
Does my
berserkers,
irritate
yes.
factor?
It doesn't-
Yes.
They still
so
require
you
basic
roll
things
whichever
like
is higher
friction
of your
gravity.
life and mind, and
Okay.
then you irritate.
Okay.
I want to cast your mind back to the last fight we had,
Difficulty?
7.
wherein I spent the entire
2
time
successes.
using Looney Tunes physics.
All right, it
Explaining
works.
the universe.
All right. I show back up at the group with my warrior
All
buddies
right,
in tow.
let's see what everyone else has done. Real quick, I have to be at the bathroom again, so discuss among yourselves briefly. I apologize.
Just hang
It was
around.
exactly 30 minutes. Bi-hourly, we were correct.
Wow.
They're not coming with us.
Oh, they're the best.
Actually, it'd be semi-hourly.
They're not coming with us.
They're ready for fighting.
I can't teleport that many people.
How many people can you teleport?
7.
That's convenient.
That works well.
Hold on a moment, folks. Don't talk about the you know what in front of the you know who's but
I don't know.
Do we have to bring him with us?
I'd rather have him than one of them.
Do we have to have him with them at all?
Yeah.
No.
I mean, no.
I mean, you won't
be a little
have-
simpler.
I will be standing guard in the room with him. You won't have one of your primary combatants on the outside.
It would be nice to have him, yes.
all we need to do is this. All right, you teleport half of us the first time.
Good.
You come back. By then they'll be passed out drunk. Then you teleport them while they're asleep.
Also, we're going to an Akashic monk temple. There are fighters there.
Also, they probably would not take kindly to the style of combat that your berserkers would attempt. Half naked with an erection does not exactly fit the Akashic style.
Completely naked with an erection. I say, pointing at the one taking his pants off now.
You haven't seen Viking warriors in action. That's your problem.
Have you?
A while ago.
Was it a LARP?
How many? How many of them were completely naked with an erection?
If you say anything more than 0, then don't
did you
worry.
just say?
Roll me your 3 dots of ancestry.
We were talking about his Viking warriors and how the Akashic Brotherhood might not appreciate.
2 successes.
Something inside of you is offended by the fact that he thinks that that's what a berserker is. Also, it's slightly offended about what you think a berserker is.
I mean, berserkers have legitimately been known to run into battle naked
That
with
is
an erection.
actually completely incorrect. As a popular misconception, popularized by a couple tales in the Poetic Edda, berserker actually just means bearskin, and they were the king's champions, not raging barbarians. There are stories of raging barbarians, But none of them were berserkers.
I was talking
They are
about
two distinct things.
I was talking
what
about
he was trying to make.
I was talking about his little NPC allies who were in the process of taking their pants off.
Oh yeah. Well, no, they weren't trying to take their pants off.
Mental influence. They would be noble
Yes,
warriors.
ending, Austin. Yes, and. Because this is improv.
Because also the guards of the Thane were also not pronounced berserker.
No,
Bench.
it would berserker.
Yeah.
But
Anyway.
But whatever. It's Roman.
I'm just saying, the actual historical Viking in you says, "Oh my goodness," and both them and you, because you did create these.
Well, what am I supposed to do? Set them loose on the island and
Yes.
as a distraction?
Yes.
That's absolutely what you should do.
I don't appreciate any kind of distraction that would give me more work.
In the east. Just to take them to the east. East
Take them to
coast.
the take them to the coast.
Take 'em
Let
to the
them,
East
let
Coast.
them play in the water.
Is there a naval base on
There's nothing
Saipan?
going on over there. They'll be
Is
on
there
the
a
beach by
Navy base on
themselves.
Saipan?
Yes.
All right,
A new beach?
change of plan, folks. There's this lady living in a thing under the sea, but not like Ariel. And you need to go and you need to drop some torpedoes on her. So go get one of the boats
He's telling
and
this
take
to
it over
berserkers.
there. And you got it.
He says
They
to the
cheer.
Go forth, battle!
Yes.
The berserkers attack the Navy outpost.
Get caught immediately.
Yes, immediately just killed, but still.
Um,
Hold on.
Can I have my correspondence to stop
Mind.
to undo
Mind.
into mine?
You
Yeah,
don't
both-
have to worry about
Both
doing
of
any
you
extra
roll
work this
mind
way.
against each other. Difficulty 6.
I'm
Mine
going
and
to use mine to help him.
To help them.
Sure, you roll first then, and you can add your success. You add his successes to
This-
You
the
roll,
dice
guys,
you
you roll
roll.
2 successes.
This way,
So you roll 2 extra dice.
this way you don't have to worry about having to deal with any extra work. You're only called in for living patients.
Yes, and they're just crazy and amped up enough that they might live through a shot to the heart.
Shot through the heart, and you're to blame. You give magic a bad name.
6 for successes?
Yes.
Okay. And I roll mine too.
1, 2 successes.
Plus
6.
roll. Did you roll the extra dice? That,
Yes.
Yeah, the
oh, okay.
You snap the mental connection with ease, and then they look at each other confused.
Preferably when they're out of the building, so they don't
They
blame us.
started running out. So they're like running out in the street, and they're really.
They like hit the street and just stop. Right. Before any more damage is done.
Oh. You can do a lot with those destroyers, I say, closing the door on the people on the streets. I've always wanted to get one myself.
There was a
And if you can ever afford to buy one, I will fully support
what's
your
the
purchase.
city closest to Mount Fuji?
Not pillaging one. They're Vikings, not pirates.
Wait a minute. There's an idea.
Is there one and the same?
Not quite.
Different age, same style.
Shizuoka, I believe. I didn't study Japan extensively.
Also,
I mean,
you're thinking of Huskarls, by the
Pirates
way.
wouldn't build their ships.
You're thinking of
Pirates would just
Huskarls
take
are
them.
the guards of the Thane. The Thane's royal guards. Berserkers were actually berserkers. They were called berserkers were the bear warriors versus the Ulfherisers, which were the wolf warriors, and there's another one for the boars. But they're
I could pull up historical documentation proving
I
you
mean,
wrong.
so can I.
He has it on his lap right now.
I'm literally looking at it now.
Mount Fuji is in Honshu.
Shizuoka is what I'm pulling up.
Okay, so then I will close the door, then I will open it again. But instead of the outside of the building, it is now.
Hold on, everyone else had business before we teleported away.
Oh yeah,
We need to
that's
enter
right.
that.
That's right. That's right.
So, going around the room, did you have anything to do before you left?
I went and got the book.
What about you?
I went with him and put Hazuki in charge.
She's going to check on her son and talk to Tarn.
Alright, you go to Tarns.
Yes.
Why?
Because he's taking care of my son
Yeah.
before I leave
Oh, you're
for
putting.
like
Okay.
before I leave for several days. Maybe I should like inform somebody.
You can always take it with us.
Can't you only teleport 7 people?
That was a lie.
Okay.
I figured.
Yeah, you knew that.
Also, I don't think it's a good idea.
Alright. You show up at the Clockworks.
Okay.
It's open.
Okay. She'll go in.
Your son is over in the corner with an origami bird flying around his head. And Tarn is standing behind the counter, working on a clock. Ah, Torel, good to see you again.
Yes. How long are we going to be gone?
About a week
You don't
or
know.
so. We don't know for sure, though.
However long it takes him to figure out the book.
Oh, it's 60 miles south of Tokyo. I just go to Tokyo.
I'm going to be leaving for I don't know when. For I don't know how long.
Oh, where are you going?
Off the island.
Oh, where specifically? I'm ever so curious.
You can say Japan.
Kilimanjaro.
Yeah, we're going to Japan.
Kilimanjaro's
Don't. Yeah, don't tell him where we're going.
Not
It doesn't matter about telling him. He reads your mind anyway.
That's true.
We're already telling him everything by somebody going there.
How would he read her mind?
He's on a mind mage.
Yes, he is. He has read minds before.
He's not a mind mage.
He has read minds before.
He's still a mind mage.
He has read minds before.
Has he?
You're not denying this.
We're going to
Yeah, he's read mine.
Also, she doesn't know where we're going, so...
Yes.
just Japan.
Yeah, you know we're going to Japan, that's about it.
Yeah, you have no idea where.
Fascinating place. Are you going with your friends?
Yes.
Well, I'll be most interested to hear the stories when you come back. Did you find that book, by the way?
You didn't.
I didn't, not me personally.
But the group found it.
Yes.
Have you opened it up?
I have not.
The group did. Most
You actually don't know.
Oh no, I don't know. I don't know.
Like, you know that Akuma
I know
is
it's
confident he can get
I know it's
information out of
unlocked,
it.
but I don't know.
Yeah,
like,
you know
if
that
they
Akuma's
put-
confident he can get information from it, or that Gallagher can, but you've never actually seen the book opened.
I'm most interested to hear what's inside of it.
Would you be willing to watch Kai while I'm gone?
Absolutely.
So don't trust this. She has nowhere else to leave him.
I'm not convinced that this Tarn is reliable.
No.
You have basic observational skills. Congratulations.
All right. I'll come get him when we get back.
Excellent. I look forward to seeing you.
Oh, that was unsettling. She'll go meet back up with the rest of the group.
All right.
Anybody else?
Yes. Going around the table. Eric, do you have anything else to do?
I think
No,
you
my
get the Viking.
fans-
You did the Viking thing. All right,
Yeah.
Rudy.
I'm gonna what's it called last minute vacation time for Mir and to let him know.
Yeah.
He already knows.
He already knows.
Hard work
Just
miniatures.
making it official.
You're
gonna take some vacation time.
All right, Zachary.
I promise.
It's alright.
So there's still the illness thing keeping all those people in comas.
Yes.
Or that one.
If they're in comas, you can't. There's not much you can do unless
This-
you're using your life magic to keep them around.
I mean, the thing is, because I'm trying to work on something that can get rid of it. Ideally.
He still has hair.
Because if we can get rid of it, then that means that that's one tool of Esme's that we can start countering, and it means she can't get us by quite the same sort of stranglehold if she gets desperate. Ideally. Assuming she can only produce one kind of magical plague, but I'm not sure.
I think it's best just write him off.
What?
I think it's best to just write them off. The more you care, the more power she has.
That's not the kind of person I am, though.
The more you care, the more power she has.
Yes,
And
that's my
story.
welcome to my character flaw.
Yeah, I know.
Welcome to
I don't
my
know
character
if
flaw.
caring about human life is considered a flaw in most considerations, but
Hunter
could be used as a
Gallaghier's
weakness, though.
ethical system, yeah.
I'm also going to take this justification as, like maybe a few times a day, give me some kind of contact to ensure that all of you guys are still alive. So if somehow this Akashic Temple gets, totally silenced or blown up, or if she manages to turn them against you somehow, then I would at least know. That's my justification for what I'm doing.
That's fine. You're good. You're good.
Yeah.
Do your thing.
I'll stay and try to keep figuring out how to deal with the
you stay.
illness.
What about you, Duncan?
I mean, hey, it worked last time. Last time we split the party and I was alone, I saved all of you. So, just gotta do it again.
I wasn't
I'm
there.
just gonna make a call to work and make sure things are going the way they're going, and
You
then
can
just
pull
say,
some last-minute vacation time.
I just go, secure all that time off, and then I gotta get a little nap. Well, I'm just see if I can. Instead of going home, I'm just gonna hang out at Gilda's and try to get a nap.
Increase your quintessence.
Sure.
There we go.
Well, I can't.
You're at max?
I've already maxed, yeah.
All right.
But I mean, just hang out
You
there.
have a lot of paradox.
Yeah, I got a lot of paradox. Things happen.
All right.
I slipped up on one of those.
Let's have some fun and teleport to Japan.
So, closing the door.
Opening the door.
I open the door and it leads to Akihabara,
Perfect.
Okay, let's go.
which is the.
Did he give us the location of the temple, by the way?
He says at the top of Mount Fuji.
Yeah, it's not Mount Fuji.
It's your very stereotypical.
You have to climb the mountain to get there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Akihabara being the entertainment district, one of the entertainment districts of Tokyo. So, we step out. Right, Mount Fuji is 60 miles that way.
Let's get moving.
60 miles.
And also, we'll work out some kind of a system where we'll keep in contact at set times during the day with the crystals.
Yeah.
Specifically because those can't be faked, ideally.
How many of you speak Japanese?
Nope.
Enough to get my
He's the only one
I'm not
not here.
there.
So I'm the only one talking around here. Well, a lot of people will speak English.
A lot of people
so.
don't speak English, as long as.
I know how to ask where the bar is, where the toilet is, and how much the massage is.
I could say, how much is a massage?
Depends on what you want.
I knew a man.
Ni hao!
Yeah,
I
got that part.
But how is the knee?
That's Chinese. Yeah.
If you say that, if you actually attempt to greet someone with that, you will be stabbed.
By him.
No, actually, a Yakuza will randomly appear and stab him.
Sorry, you were saying something.
You
had a joke. And
I had a joke about an American who had come to Japan at one point and was tending bar and teaching English and had a run with the Yakuza. They called him No Face.
I see.
Anyways, let's go.
So you walk out of the bar?
Yeah.
Does anyone notice a guy in steel plate covered in bear skins out of curiosity?
Trust me, I've worn enough crazy things in public, they'll notice you, they just don't care 9%
Also,
of the time.
in Japan, culturally,
Also,
they're very avoid confrontation. Like
we're
in the streets
also
and stuff.
we're also in Akihabara. As you step out, you see at least 3 other people in mascot costumes that have big moe heads and like oversized schoolgirl outfits, as well as half a dozen other people in a variety of different otherworldly cosplay. There's probably at least one Cloud.
But yeah, in general,
Cloud from Final Fantasy VII. Not
odds
Cloud
are
as
a
in
lot of
Cloud.
people notice you, but no one's going to stop you.
That's why I picked Akihabara, because you would fit in.
And for reference, The Black Dragons in this place would be small time. The Yakuza run things on a much grander scale.
So how are you guys getting to
I wouldn't even make the top
mountain?
10 around here. By myself.
And
We can actually take the train. Take bullet train. Get there in like 5 minutes.
Not 5 minutes, but fast.
Bullet train is really fucking fast.
Bullet trains are very fast.
Yes. Take the bullet
But not 60 miles in 5 minutes fast.
No.
We're not going at Mach speed.
Get there in
I
like
mean, we could.
half an hour.
Yes.
Be a bad idea.
Just a little bit of time
120 miles
magic,
an hour
you
is much
know.
more reasonable.
Yeah.
Just put some time magic on the train, it'll be fine.
Actually, yeah, no, time.
Yeah, no, we,
All right.
we could do it.
So you get on. So you all get on a bullet train.
Yeah.
We get a J-rail pass.
Right.
Because they're cheap.
Sure, why not?
And the tourist pass, for whatever reason, tourists get treated better to the Japanese rail system because you can get an unlimited pass. rather than having to buy
Tourism
it.
economy.
Yeah, you get an unlimited pass if you're not a native.
You hop on. You bullet on, and after about 10 minutes, the train is stopped at a station.
That's normal.
That's normal, but it's stopped, and the doors don't open. And the doors open, and a bunch of police come through the door, and they've got some guns out, and they begin saying, in both Japanese and English, "Nobody leave the train. We are looking for some dangerous criminals we believe boarded this train and are attempting to make an escape."
I am going to use.
He does have mind magic.
Yeah, sure.
I'm going to use Mind and Arete to quickly fabricate a story that we just saw the criminals and they went that away.
All right, roll me mind Arete.
Let's Bugs Bunny this.
Yep.
What's the difficulty?
You're fabricating a story, making more believable. 6.
5 successes.
1, 2, 3, 4. Let's see. All right. As long as this 10 does not explode into another success. All right. It's a tie. I need you to roll me manipulation expression to tell this story so excellently that they go for it.
You can break the spell.
You're not break the spell. You're not alter. That's the thing. Is like he's not altering what she's done. He's just creating a new. He's redirecting.
Difficulty 6 because it's a opposed check. You're going against their. You're trying to lie to them, basically.
2.
Do you have a specialization in expression or manipulation?
No, I mean I got 3 dots in each, but it's not.
Yeah, not enough to do specialization. That's here. If you want to look at what they just rolled, John.
Really?
They don't believe you.
Oh.
Lying to an officer. I need you to.
How many are there?
I use
There's like 6 of them.
Okay.
Oh no.
I use matter. I'm starting to all of the guns, all of the bullets, the primers are all turned into regular cotton.
Okay.
I'm going to turn.
So you're doing it subtly, so it's not.
Yeah, just
so they won't notice until they try to fire it.
Yeah. So until they fire it, yeah. So
Until everything just goes click.
I just sort of lean and sort of look over at the rest of our party that has mind magic.
I need you to put your hands behind your back.
3.
Sir, I need you to put your hands behind your back.
I'm gonna.
Are you putting your hands behind your back, Eric?
Just
Mind correspondence. To stop the police.
What are you stopping them from? How are you stopping them? What are you doing?
These are not the droids you're looking for.
exactly.
Can you Jedi mind trick?
That's what I was thinking. So let's go for it.
Straight up Jedi mind trick.
Yep.
That sounds kind of vulgar, doesn't it?
It's definitely vulgar, but
Yeah, it's vulgar. Go ahead.
you can do it. You
Yeah,
always
you
get,
gotta
if you
try.
succeed, you always get a paradox.
That's okay.
I mean, I can spare one.
All right.
Yeah, he doesn't have very many yet.
Do you have any quintessence?
No.
Do you have a willpower you want to spend for an auto success?
Ooh.
Yeah, by the way, you guys haven't been spending your willpower. It's
Or
really useful.
quintessence?
Yeah.
How does spending the power work?
You spend one and you get one automatic success, which means you can't botch, but you may have to make more.
Okay. Is that?
You check the boxes.
You
underneath.
just check the box.
You check the box,
underneath
and you have to
temp-
spend
it's a
it, but you have to spend
temporary-
it before you
Before I roll.
roll.
See, I did
Yeah,
that back
I
when I
would-
tend
I
to
would do
I
that.
have the boxes checked and then erase them when I use it.
It doesn't matter.
Either way.
So long as
As long as you know.
So long as it's consistent.
So long as it's consistent, and anybody can tell by looking at it.
Yeah.
So Japanese police, by the way, are laser-focused, hardcore police officers who have absolutely no room for any kind of distractions.
It's true.
Yeah.
Wow.
How many successes?
No.
A lot.
I don't know. Looks like he's got some explodings over there.
That was 4.
Do you literally do the Jedi mind trick, like wave the hand and everything?
Yeah. Well, no. Wait.
Like, how are you doing this?
Oh. Sorry, hold on. I'm going to.
Let the subtle attempts go first, and then I will do the
Not so
far less subtle. Oh, they're over there a bit.
Man. Yeah, I'm just gonna say. You said they were speaking both English and.
Yeah.
Okay, so I can communicate with them. I'm just gonna say. Yeah, I'm just gonna mind trick you. Like, no, officer, I'm pretty sure you have the wrong person.
The officer looks at you. Yeah, you're one of them. Hold your hands behind your back, and no one has to get hurt. All of you.
I'm just gonna. I'm just gonna continue sitting there because they haven't directly addressed me yet. And underneath, like from my pocket underneath, pull out some coins and just flick one with my thumb. And when I do, I'm using forces to cause one of the windows to very slightly crack, as if something had come through it, and the sound of a gunshot outside the train. As if somebody was shooting into the train.
You're gonna hit it with the coin to cause it to crack and
Yeah.
make gunshot sound,
Yeah.
as though
As though it's using forces in correspondence.
All right, how about it?
You could also, I mean, if you wanted to go for the vulgar match, you could also just teleport us closer to Fuji.
I could, but I want to see if I can get them distracted first. If they think somebody's shooting at them from the outside, that'll make it easier for me to get us out.
Also, it's a lot easier to teleport people if you're all in a grouping and not kind of spread out across a
It went
bus.
off to the right, I think.
Yeah, I went that way.
Like when you walk through the door to get here,
Yeah, like
or
when
when you grab somebody on the
like
shoulder.
yeah, walking out of a door teleporting is much easier than
Just hey, everybody we're within 20 feet of each other.
Yeah.
Oh, poof.
yeah. Because then if I do that, I might take some of them with us. Is the problem?
That's okay. I'll just confuse them.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And I'll use the last two. I'll use 2 bits of my quintessence out of my talisman. To lower the difficulty. That's right with my left hand, so I'm good at it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yep. So we did 4. That's a failure. 1. That's a failure. Those are failures. But 1, 2, 3, 4 successes.
4 successes. All right. There's absolutely sounds like a gunshot goes down from outside. The police all point their guns immediately at the 6 of you. Everyone down on your down on the ground, and they begin radioing in Japanese.
Now get down. Do they seem concerned at all about what just happened outside?
Yes, but they're also all guns trailed on you.
Oh, okay, that's fine.
That's the opposite of what you wanted.
Well, no, that's fine.
It'll be all right.
Like they've gone. Are any of you not getting down on your
I
feet?
get down on my feet. However,
I get down.
I'm going to begin using life magic to be ready to spring with superhuman dexterity if necessary.
All right, you bump that up. What are the rest of you guys doing?
I get down, and does the chair in front of me offer any sort of cover from the vision?
If you're attempting to get any cover from them, they
No.
will
I'm just getting. They told me to get down. I'm just getting straight down from in the chair.
No,
Those are gonna move around.
to be able to get down, you would have to get into an aisle.
Okay. That's fine. I'm gonna get down into an aisle with my hand like over here, just like I'm very visibly down. My hand is slightly concealed, and I'm gonna see if I can't. I'm trying to see. Oh, I know. I'm gonna see if I can't have my hand go underneath the chair and come out next to the handle that the accelerator of the train.
They don't.
Interesting. I like what you're doing. I'm gonna need you to roll me 2 rolls though. I'm gonna need you to roll me
some sleight of hand.
Yeah, dexterity.
Good thing I have a specialization in sleight of hand.
Yeah. What are the rest of you doing?
That'll be dexterity.
Correction. Are any of you not getting down?
Akuma is just kind of like steps out of the seat and just sort of sits in the sort of the meditative stance, just sort of down, eyes shut on the ground, waiting for them to make the first move. If
Anybody else not getting down on their face?
6 successes.
Okay. What about Terrell?
She's down.
Down. Rudy?
I'll go down.
Duncan?
Yeah, I'm just down kind of all fours for.
6 successes on my stealth check.
All right.
Actually, no, sorry. One of them was a 10, and then that's 7 successes for my stealth.
So you probably beat their perception awareness. I'm quite good at it, but that's a lot of successes.
Also, it's just coincidentally like around the corner. It's just my hand.
So how are you looking into this room to find this accelerator?
I imagine that where I can see my hand.
Yeah, you can sort of see.
I just sort of opened a hole in the air. It's just.
So I got some bad news. This is not a steam train with just a giant cartoonish lever you pull.
It's a computer. I'm assuming.
Yes, it's a panel. Do you read Japanese?
No, I don't.
There sure are controls and buttons and gauges on this.
Is there any button that looks green or red?
Several.
Can I use my intelligence enigmas? Can I use my intelligence enigma to try to puzzle out what the accelerator is from just by looking at it?
I'm having to look up Japanese bullet train
controls.
I'm having to look this because I don't know what it looks like on the. Here we go.
I'm looking for something that I would like to try to make an intelligence enigma roll to try to puzzle this out really quickly.
Nope. You want to look at this panel?
Sure. Tell me. Just there's that lever right there. It's the middle one that's I'm sure has got to be the accelerator.
There's also the joystick off to the side and the brake lever.
Yeah. So like I said, I'd like to see if I can make an intelligence enigmas roll and see if
all of them have a standard accelerator. This is just not going to be that hard.
Well, you just have to take the brake off though first. I'm sure they got the brake locked.
Yeah.
And then before you hit, he's gonna have to hit. Wait.
For me, laying down on the ground looking through a hole in reality, I can absolutely see how it wouldn't be a thing I could instantly recognize.
You can make an educated guess.
I would like to try to roll to make an educated guess.
I mean, you'll cause a distraction.
Yeah, that's the objective here, is to distract.
How many police officers are in this part of the train? I mean,
wasn't there
2 successes.
I think
you said there was 6.
All right.
Austin gets to determine what button I press and what it does.
2 successes. All right. I will give you a 2 and 3 chance.
All right.
1 and 2, you're good. 3, you're not good. Interesting.
What did I do?
All right. So there's a slight jolt, and the train begins rolling very, very slowly. You appear to have turned the brakes off.
Got the brake off.
I will try another one.
Using this, I mean, he's got the same educated guess, so you could probably narrow the field down.
Same educated guess, yeah. So, and the train takes off. So there's a slight jolt, and then
now all of these unsecured police officers.
We're all
you're all on the ground.
Yeah, we're all on the ground.
They have 2 feet, so they're
standing up.
The first mover, sweep kick. I mean,
well, I think they might be going head over heels anyways.
Yeah, I know, but sweep kick to help them out. I mean,
so bullet trains don't accelerate.
No,
lightning fast. They get to very fast.
But the first little jolt that they hit.
But it is a jolt.
We can
Oh yeah.
Because
It's
he
not
and I can
expected.
take all 6 of these guys.
Yeah,
they
you
don't,
guys-
they don't have guns anymore.
You guys go ahead and do your thing. I pull my hand back out of the hole in reality and let it close.
All right.
I have done my part. I have provided you the means of our escape. You take hold of it.
All right, let's
I'm
just
just-
determine what the trained engineer's going to do.
Gonna put him down.
All right. So what is everybody doing?
I'm just gonna sweep kick.
Do we have initiative to like do the order of these things?
I want you to tell me what you plan on doing, and then we'll roll initiative to see what order they happen in.
Okay. I'm going to
Because I'm assuming that you don't have any sort of coordinated thought at this moment to kind of coordinate your actions.
I'm going to spring up from my position with all that
Yeah,
pent-up
you're
dexterity
prepping.
that I had, and then knowing that everyone from Japan must be a Star Trek fan, it wouldn't be vulgar to Vulcan nerve pinch people using life to stun them.
There are at least 5 levels of flawed logic.
One dot of intelligence.
Hold on. How much Star Trek do these police officers do?
Roll for Star Trek knowledge.
I rolled for Star Trek knowledge. Okay.
I make a Star Trek roll.
I'm going to need you to roll me.
You know what my dose specialization
Yes.
is?
What?
Deflection.
So life it
Our
up.
guns aren't going to fire.
Life that up.
I'm just talking about
what are you doing, Torel?
All of my defensive moves are my
So,
best.
since she's on the ground, she is going to grab the ankle of the nearest policeman and try to suck life out of him.
Just kill him.
Murder here! Come along, man!
How are you making that not vulgar?
Well,
I didn't even have enough mind to stop in the first place.
Congratulations, you get Paradox. Go ahead and
Dave Tarasu.
roll me your life.
Helping people out back on Saipan.
And
I
are you,
am, at
Are you
least.
using any quintessence to make this easy?
I'm doing my job, alright?
You just like
All right,
look at the
Akuma,
news
what you doing?
like a week later, it's like 15 dead in
So-
dramatic bullet train heist.
Akuma, who has forward thought process,
That is a rarity in this group, yes.
is still just sitting,
There are 2 of us.
like, is sitting in that meditative stance, eyes shut, and is not going to take the first move, because he knows that he's only going to attack if he needs to defend himself, if this situation cannot be halted.
That situation's about to not be able to be
I know,
halted.
but he's just holding back for soft strike, which is to redirect someone's attack into someone else.
Yes.
If they decide to attack him at the moment, he's resting and is going to basically just in Japanese. This entire situation is not worth the trouble that it's going to cause. This would be much better if we simply set this down. The danger that is being caused here will disturb far much more. Will disturb.
Yes, this monologue is going to take way longer.
Very quickly.
Yeah, I know. He's talking while this is going on, while someone is getting tripped.
So we'll let you start that statement, but it's going to get interrupted. Gallagher, what are you going to be doing?
Stay on the ground.
Duncan,
I did my
what are you
thing.
gonna do?
I'm just going for a sweep kick of the ankle of the nearest one, and then going to the
Roll me some
second.
brawling.
Yeah.
What about you, Rudy?
I gotta go.
1, 2, 3, 4. Kind of already started moving, so
I can just start into a monologue in Japanese.
Yeah.
would I be able to link all our minds together so we can communicate with
Absolutely. Roll me some mind. That's a great idea.
just mind and
You can even do some mind and time so that you can all talk to each other in your heads very rapidly to plan out your actions like we do around this table.
6.
6 successes. What'd you get on your life?
I got 3 successes.
What'd you get on your life?
First thing you
I
get-
got 4 successes.
First thing you get mentally is just me going, I was hoping they were going to go investigate the front of the train and we could very stealthily teleport away, but I guess not.
That's 4 successes for mine.
All right, you create everyone has a mental network.
And that's what you hear.
Nerve pinches.
You really want to be in my mind.
Alright. So you pinch this guy, and believe it or not, they're all Star Trek fans somehow. No paradox!
Yay!
And you pinch him, and he stumbles back, really, really dazed. He's not unconscious, but he's quite dizzy-eyed. You how many successes did you get? Successes?
4.
4?
He's dead.
He's dead. You just killed someone.
Yes.
Yeah, because life is really good at doing that.
Life does aggravating damage.
4 successes means that it is
It's like triple.
8. No, it's 8 aggravated damage. 8 aggravated damage that can't be soaked.
Yeah. Do you have any hit points people have?
7,
6.
usually.
Well,
7.
Yeah. So you know what that means,
7.
right?
you just.
You
That's
husk
going to be
him.
worse now.
Paradox.
The man shrivels up into a blackened husk of what he was.
Paradox.
Do you want to roll me some intimidation?
Sure.
Also, paradox backlash.
That might actually be the effect that her mirror has in this world, which is harder for her to paradox back.
Oh no. Oh no,
Is it
that's
just
not at all.
straight intimidation?
No.
Or-
Intimidation and appearance. Because you're just vampiring this dude straight to oblivion.
Because Akuma's
What?
thinking forward to, I don't want to be the person who just murdered a bunch of cops when I approach the Akashic Brotherhood.
What's the difficulty rating there?
6, because they're opposing it with their
I wasn't
their
going to kill anybody. I
willpower.
was
4
just going to get him out there. Just
successes.
4
put
successes.
him down. Take the guns away and move out.
And you rolled 6 on your knock this dude flat in his buttocks.
Cool red mage outfit.
Okay, so the door hadn't closed when the train started moving. The 4 police officers who are left undazed and still alive jump out the train, moving train,
Because of the view of.
because of what they just saw. Also, take an extra 3 paradox for straight up sucking a man to oblivion in front of 6 people.
I believe 3 paradox is the.
No.
If you get 3 in one turn, or is it 4?
think it's 4.
It's 4.
But there was already one for
I
being...
already took one, so I have 4.
Oh yeah, she
Yeah,
took one for
but it's
because it was
if it's
vulgar.
3 to
So
Hold on.
she took one for being vulgar, so that's an
Yeah.
extra 3,
Oh,
so that makes
okay.
it 4 total. So that's a paradox roll.
Table.
So Mount Fuji starts to collapse.
Oh no, paradox never affects. Paradox is always an internal effect,
Yeah, right.
and it's rarely a good one.
But it
So it
can
could
be.
be a good one.
When I say rarely, I mean no.
There you go.
What is your paradox now?
-4.
So just you. So that's your first paradox of the game.
4 total or 4?
Yeah.
4 total.
Yeah, that's.
Yeah, she hasn't given me the paradox
She
yet.
has
No,
somehow.
I haven't taken any.
Because
other
she never does
She
magic
doesn't
around
have
people.
done anything. Yeah.
Okay, no, then you're fine.
Okay.
Paradox is not triggered if you have less than 5.
Okay.
Even if you take it all, even if you take 4 at once.
Good to know.
However, I am at my leisure to make that happen in the future if I see fit.
I don't accumulate paradox very
she
very
not-
readily because all of
Did
my
she
magic
not
is very
accumulate
narrow
any
in scope and
paradox
just
when she
affects me.
life sucked me?
No, because only mages were there.
I mean, it was still vulgar, even it's just vulgar without witnesses. Vulgar without witnesses is a thing. I just
Yes,
don't
it
know-
is. Vulgar without
I
witnesses
don't
is
know
a thing.
if you accumulate paradox or not.
Don't don't hurt yourself here.
But it didn't have a significantly visible look.
Okay.
Because she didn't turn you into ash.
Sure.
She tried.
She tried.
Didn't succeed.
Alright, so they jump off and you're on a bullet train headed to where you wanted to go. Everyone's happy. That's what we're going to take up next week.
And the
Goodbye, everybody.
There's 2
Bye.
Bye.
and the whole train is screaming.
Yes, well.
I was about to tell a great story that was gonna like make it all seem